Check. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2. Oh. Wow.
So.
Oh, 600. What's the O stand for? Oh, my God, it's early.
All right, folks, enjoy the show. Stay tuned. We're going live in 5,
Yeah.
4, 3.
Morning Mayhem starts now.
Morning.
With David Bazzel, Roger Scott,
Present.
and Justin Moore. Live from the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's
Pot 2, Josh.
Casino
Pot 2.
Resort.
Justin! Thank you. Zippy. Good morning.
Hello, Buzz Listeners.
There he is. Right there. I'm here.
Two things you need to know. I'm the king. And number two is look out,
Look
man.
out.
Look at that. They're coming at you. You see that?
hands,
It's called
man.
karate, man.
Okay.
Only two kinds of
All
people
right.
know. The Chinese and the king.
You 609ers. It's the last day of the week. We gotta move it.
Hey, baby, we're going to be here all day. We're going to be here
All
all
day.
day, baby. I like this kind of party. baby.
Drop a load.
Hello, everybody.
This is your home. You hear that? You hear that? That's special. There's a lot of lions, tigers, and bears, but there ain't but one Razorback.
Ain't but one.
Ain't but one.
I don't know who you are.
It's me, Roger. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, Chuck. I'll see you later. Thanks, buddy. That's it. Here we go. Los Angeles. You got one more shot to do it. We'll give you the in a second. And then
This is coming in from left field, buddy.
Let's go. Hey, Tommy.
Get your damn act together.
Shut up.
Settle down just a little bit.
Okay. Hey, let's go to the phones and talk to Randy Rainwater. What's that bulge in his pocket? It looks like a set of keys. Hey, Randy, you weirdo. Here we go. All right, here we go. Los Angeles. Here we go. Los Angeles. There you go. There you go. HB. Here to put boys on the line.
Hello, Buzz Sisters.
Hey, Frank. All right, listen.
Mustache, you read the rule book.
That boy JM.
Welcome
All
to
right.
Lowe's.
Good morning, everybody. Let me hear you, Roger. Let me hear you say something.
Something.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Zippy, let me hear you.
Mic check.
He's
jamming on the one. He's jamming on the one.
Josh Neighbors back in the studio. Let me hear you, Josh.
Morning, lads.
Okay, roll call is complete. Yeah. It is Friday. Glad you're with us. We're on the road for the last day of the week here.
And the month. Last day
of the month. That's right. That's right. That is right.
Monday's last day of the month.
Yeah, I hear Fletcher, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and always hang out here. We've been doing this for, good Lord, 15 years, I think, haven't we? I think so.
Absolutely.
It's amazing we've been doing this with Frank that long. Yeah. Always love coming by here. Got a double dose of Frank this week.
You've been doing it a lot longer than that. You know why? Because I've been here 15.
Okay.
Yeah, and you were doing it before I got here.
Yeah, a lot of history here.
Big fan.
A lot of history.
Big fan of history.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I forget this is year 21 of this show. Yeah. Good Lord. We are here for the
not of this show, but similarly,
of the
like
morning show.
It's sort of like it was the Andy Griffith show. Chuck Gatlin will know this between all of us that are listening. It was the Andy Griffith show, then it morphed into Mayberry RFD.
Yeah.
So this was the show with no name, and the premise is still there. Now you're Ken Berry, and this is Morning Mayhem.
We had Frank over at Graceland on Monday.
How was that?
It was good. He covered all the Graceland, the home, and all the things around that, which is still about an hour and a half worth. And he said, "All right, I'm tapping out. You guys can have the rest of this thing." But,
He's been having some knee problems.
yeah, he did. But he got to see the gist of Elvis and what it was. So he'd never been over there. You know, a guy who has it all. We can't give him any. We can't buy him anything, but we can go over there and have some fun. He and Judy was over there too.
Yeah,
so
great time.
Several things to talk about today. In addition to all the deals that Zippy will here shortly. RJ Hawk will be stopping by. Brought to you by Natural State Wholesale. Danny West will be checking in, wrapping up the month of June in recruiting. Sponsored by HJ Trailer Sales. Heather Baker's down on the beaches.
of Florida, and she'll be checking in with us as well to tell us what's happening in Arkansas this weekend. Finish the Lyric, brought to you by Honda of Russellville. Got to get that done today. I think we may have JM today. I think because we missed him.
Well, he said he would do it.
Yeah, we'll see.
If you hadn't done
story on last night, Adu Thero, the Razerback for does go in the draft with the 36th pick. He goes to the Lakers. Josh, who was it Brooklyn that I think LA made 2 moves to get him. I just can't recall who they were.
But yeah, they traded up to 36 to get him.
Yeah, so Cal's going to be loving all that LA attention, and it's really crazy about Thero. I didn't realize this until I heard it yesterday. I think we might have heard it initially, but lost it last year of the season. He had one offer. I think, going into his senior year in basketball. One. And I think he ended up having a strong senior year. He was 5'11", I think, as a sophomore, 9th grader. He ends up, being 6'8". He's going to be fun to watch. He's going to be, for the Lakers, Showtime and all the
also
things.
Arkansas native Austin Reeves.
That's right. That's exactly right. So that'll be good for him. And I didn't watch much of the rest of the draft. That was the main thing I wanted to see. I think there were 30 picks. I think there were 30 picks in the first round. So it took him six to go in the second. So that sort of wraps up all things the college sports. Although yesterday, big day on the Hill at U of A. They had the new general manager Remy Cofield speak to the media for the first time, which was good. I don't think he gave them a whole lot of details, but at least he showed up and talked. And then apparently there were some cuts at the U of A yesterday in the athletic department, like 10% of the employees out. And so
you know what that's all about, don't you?
What's that?
Linemen. We need more linemen. They can't get money.
Well, you know what? You joke, but that's
I'm
sort
not
of right.
joking.
Yeah,
I'm not joking.
That's sort of right.
Of course.
What's happened over the years with all this money from TV? These athletic departments have just exploded. I mean, I think I saw where Arkansas has 181 people on staff.
Okay.
When I was in school, there were probably about 20, 25 or something.
How many coaches did you have on the field with you at that time?
That's right. And I'm talking about support
I know
staff.
you are.
I'm not talking about coaches.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, coaches
then,
I think
you had a guy that covered what? Didn't you have a special teams coach that did some other things as well? I mean, everybody had a say.
Now you got a ton of.
I'd have a bunch of interns because you're in college.
That's what they sort of do, and they've skirted the old 10-coach rule, and there's about 25 coaches out there.
Right.
But anyway, so that the trickle-down effect is hit Hunter Yurchak, and he talked about that was a tough day yesterday. No names. And remember Elvis, our good buddy Elvis Moya?
I do.
I talked to him a few weeks back when we were in Fayetteville, and he was a little concerned. He said, "Man, I tell you, he got all these cuts coming." I said, "Elvis," I said, "You've been here too long. They're not going to cut you." And they did not get to my knowledge. To my knowledge,
I'm glad you didn't say
and
they cut him.
To my knowledge, that's a situation.
Yeah. Well,
how about Austin Reeves turning down $90 million?
He did.
He turned it down. He's going to be a free agent next year.
Yeah.
I'll be darned. Wow, that's interesting.
Taking his chances.
I guess I didn't see that story. Listen,
it's a lot of money.
He's been a long shot. In the one guy we didn't talk about yesterday, we were talking about. I guess we were talking about Razorback drafts. And how high some of the players went. You know what? Derek Fisher was a first-round draft choice. Who was it with the Little Rock Trojans at the time? It went to the late. Another one.
I've been so busy. Did Thero? Was he the only Razorback taken?
Only one.
Only one.
Yeah, and it broke Cal's streak of 17 consecutive first-round picks. So he's got.
They only had 2 guys graduate though. I mean, move on. It was Thero and John L. Davis.
Yeah.
So Nelly was the only other one, and he was.
I liked John L.
Yeah, no, I think he'll get a chance with somebody to play.
A couple other stories that I was sort of shocked. I remember hearing something about this, but the NFL has suspended former Baltimore Ravens kicker Justin Tucker for the first 10 weeks of the season. It's another one of these deals about inappropriate sexual behavior with massage therapists. It's the Deshaun Watson deal. Like, what? Did this happen after? I mean, are you kidding me that this guy did this after all this stuff with Deshaun Watson? Are you kidding me? So apparently it said the aftermath of reports that he was accused of inappropriate sexual behavior by massage therapists. I thought I saw a number that more than a dozen massage therapists have accused Tucker of inappropriate sexual behavior.
I don't think he kicks again. He didn't kick good last
year.
No,
he didn't. That's right. Except he had his worst year ever last year. But he had been up to that point one of the best kickers in the history of the league. I can't remember where he's from, but I remember. Yeah, he went
to Texas.
He went to Texas. So Roger, do you remember? I want to say that Cam Little. When we had Cam as our kicker, he said Justin Tucker was his idol. So, man, I just listen. You know, you saw the Deshaun Watson deal. How can you not think I don't need to do this? I don't need to either one. If you pay somebody, that's what you're going to get. Don't do something. Don't get a massage therapist to do what they're not going to do.
I'm not advocating this whatsoever, but we know human nature. And we always talk about when I'm speeding or somebody's doing it and they wreck and they could ruin their career. They could do. You've got enough money and you should be savvy enough to have a driver. Or you might not be
or a prostitute.
You might not have enough money to buy an airplane, but you can buy a driver. You got that. So instead of going to a massage therapist and doing that, book you a prostitute and ask her to give you a massage.
I know.
Give me
you're right.
I'm hiring you to do, but I want you to give me a massage too.
Hey, listen.
See, here's the problem. It's too simple.
Roger, one NFL owner thought that would work too.
Well, when you're a millionaire and you nobody says no to you, you think you can do anything.
Well,
you do.
I think that's what happens.
You got to use your head. Frank will tell you that.
The Patriots. He went down to the Patriots owner. Went down to.
But it was a massage therapy.
Massage therapy. It was yeah.
It's a full service.
To me, it's the same.
Full service massage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I don't even. Can I tell you now that I think about it? I don't even know how did he get caught. What happened? I don't even remember.
It was a sting operation. It was. They were watching that place.
That's what they were watching, and he just had to show up.
Probably human trafficking.
Big name. They're not looking for you and I to go in there. But unless it's collateral damage, and they see somebody in there and they go, I think that is Robert Kraft. But so, are you telling me that it's not?
He knew that operation was set off for happy endings. That operation was those massage therapists. He knew going in that they all know it's a happy ending. Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Well, no. He didn't. No. Robert Kraft didn't know that.
Oh, you sure did.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you think he knew that place was under?
No. I'm saying you go there knowing you're going to get happy. Yeah. He did not.
It was probably a human trafficking deal. That's usually what it is.
Yeah, could have been. Yeah, and Robert Kraft's thinking of all the places. Yeah. I'm flying all the way down to Miami to get away from and I get busted.
What are you doing? You're
talking about hothead. Mr. Kraft, her secretary. And there's somebody here for the FBI. He's like, what are you on? Have you been in Miami lately? He's like, what? Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, that's a stunning deal for Justin Tucker. A couple other things too. The All-Star game vote leaders. Video's down.
I'm still on, but you guys, your camera's down. Your camera's on.
Okay, we're working. Chuck.
We'll get it.
Did you see, Roger, the two top vote getters? No surprise for the All-Star game at this point.
Justice?
Justice, close.
No?
Judge.
Oh, Judge,
yes. Same world. Justice and Judge.
It's the first two letters of the same.
Yes. So that's right. Who was the other one? Who's number two? Think of
you know who it is.
Superman. He does it all. He does it all.
Yeah.
Otani.
That's it. O'Shea.
Yeah, a little bit later.
O'Shea. He's Irish.
I'm trying to think of the song. I can't remember.
Mr. Roboto.
No, nobody got that. Okay, that's it. Yeah.
A little bit later, we'll look at some of the numbers this year, and I'm telling you, the guy that just blew me away is Judge. We'll talk about that a little bit later.
His numbers are insane.
Oh, it's crazy. He's hitting for average, and he's hitting for power. He's doing it both. It's just a stupid clip. It's just nuts.
Good try, though, Zip.
What happened?
Zip's over there trying to get the computer, trying to get the camera on. Listen, he's a doer.
The other thing, there's a story too I want to get to a little bit later. Did you see about the Chicago White Sox fan that was ejected for heckling?
I wrote that down, and I want to talk about that. When's too much?
Well, so this guy was the second baseman for Arizona as an All-Star, and his mother had been killed in a I think
Ketel Marte.
In 2017. It doesn't make it any easier.
That's right.
But it's not a full stadium. Everybody can hear it. He's behind the dugout.
And so the question is, what are you allowed to say? And what
that's indecent.
Anymore.
That's indecent.
Anymore.
Yeah, in other words, if I'm the people running my business, I can stop somebody from being disruptive in my place of business.
Have you ever been around a heckler?
That's something that's been it's that low. In other words, I think it's fair game. Heckling's fair game if you watch out for the topic.
You know what? But then you start encouraging a guy to continue to do it if he's drinking and all that, and then it never stops, and you want to watch the ball game. Listen, I'm not saying you should not do it. there's got to be, when you cross the line.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
yeah.
I mean, if I'm
think they have that.
dude,
Yeah.
you're talking about his mother being killed in a car wreck. You want to talk about his rag arm,
that's right. That's
or
right.
something like that. If you want to get in somebody's head, and you do it in the outfield, and you do it in.
It's only appropriate when you're heckling the ref.
Have you seen the guy? That's right. Have you seen the video? I don't know if you've seen it, Josh. I think I want to say maybe it's Coastal. No, it's not Coastal Carolina. It's a smaller school that is done well in baseball. I can't believe they allow it, but they have their where the pitchers warm up at the bullpen. They have the bullpen, and the students are just harassing them. The pitchers, the other team. I mean, they're hanging over there. I mean, and I was like, man, I can't believe it.
Was it Clemson? I thought it might have been.
No,
it wasn't
Clemson. It wasn't Clemson, but it was like
ECU.
What is it?
I think it was ECU.
Okay. Anyway, I'm telling you. But back to the whole point about heckling. Yeah. Listen, I don't mind some heckling. We got Justin Moore heckling referees every day that we.
But he doesn't like it.
What's that?
He doesn't like heckling.
Well, they don't know the rules.
Who's that?
The refs.
Well, this guy,
JM.
this guy was banned for life.
It didn't say life, did it?
Well, yeah, I thought it did.
I thought I read where it was.
I thought it was. Hey, listen what it says here.
When I read the article, further notice. I know the headline means.
No, okay, I'm sorry. So you said you banned indefinitely.
Indefinitely.
I just presumed that.
When I first saw that, I was thinking, are they getting ready to with the White Sox? Because I had a question in trivia last night at Mainline Sports Bar, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say, how many people did you have? You have a good crowd last night?
Great crowd last night.
Great crowd, he said.
They're always enthusiastic and ready to play and have a good time. And last night I had a great time.
Oh, look at that. I love it.
But there was a White Sox question. And didn't it come up here recently that they are did they not reestablish, did they reconsider and put that team in the Hall of Fame or take the ban away from life?
I think they did.
Didn't they do that?
I think I heard that too.
I thought so too.
It's part of the Pete Rose deal.
It's part of the Pete Rose.
They did.
So when I saw that, I thought, oh, they're getting ready to do something with the old 1919 White Sox.
Yes. But anyway, so great. Thanks, everybody, for coming out last night.
Thanks to everybody that came out. Thanks to Sport Clips for what they give me that I get to help some folks out to get a haircut. Of course, Family Market gives me a gift card that because of their convenience store down that way. I give that to the team that comes in next to last. So you can't throw the game, Zippy. You got to try a little bit. You can't just go, okay, I'll go for that thing, right? I'll come in dead last. Got to do that next slide. But thanks to those two companies for helping us out as well.
Couple things. Let's hit a couple texts on our D3 Auto Sales text line. It says here, Baz, don't forget about the diamond in the rough, former Russellville and Arkansas Tech guard, Talion Peter, who transferred to Liberty, was drafted by the Indiana Pacers with the 54th pick in last night's draft. He was the Player of the Year in the Great American Conference in 2024 and led Tech to a conference title. Yeah, several folks I see that have sent that to me. I did have that in my notes and forgot to get to it. So thank you. Congratulations to him. And somebody said, did Zippy actually get up this early or did he stay up all night?
Oh, I got up this early.
What's that?
I got up this early. I'm too old to stay up all night anymore.
I hear you. I hear you.
Zippy's always first man in. I mean, I feel like he might beat you guys some days. He's always ready to rock.
No. I think this is usually I'm a 6:30 guy.
Yes.
You hear about
not a 609er, Zippy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why he was. You know, it's funny, Roger. When we do these remote shows, not all of our sponsors know they don't always get it listed early. Like it was Andrea yesterday at Luxury Pull and Spa. And I said, "All right, ready for Los Angeles?" And there's a blank look on her face, like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Yeah,
I said, "That's okay." Yeah. And then when the first time you say Los Angeles, they go, "Okay."
What's that even mean? Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037. You got deals starting today all the way to Monday?
Yeah, I got all the way to Monday. I got employee pricing plus rebates. I've got two real big specials. I got two Jeep Compass that you get $5,000 off. It's our cheapest vehicle or most inexpensive vehicle. So you can get a brand new ride for $400 a month.
Yeah, you get my attention when you start saying $5,000 or more off. I mean, that's an attention getter.
That's a big deal on a Compass. That's about 15-20% off. So, you're not talking $5,000 off a $60,000 vehicle. And then I've got to sell 5 rounds before Monday. We have a truck objective.
Okay.
And every Laramie I have on my lot, which is a 25 model, I can do $15,000 off.
Good Lord, that's a big boy.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
The factories gave us a couple programs, a couple incentives to go with, and $15,000 off a Laramie is a big old number.
I'd say you come in and you get a deal where you get $15,000 off. You're doing all right.
Yeah, and if you're upside down, we could get rid of that old debt for you.
That's right, with that all that
and make that go away. So we can get creative.
I was going to say, wasn't there too? We can go ahead and take the break now. I was going to say, wasn't there a story? Speaking of massage therapist, Roger, in Jacksonville.
I've got the best massage therapist story on the earth.
You better watch it.
I do. I
better watch it.
I'll cliff note it real quick for y'all. But I'll give it to you.
We'll come back.
I think
your experiences with edgy massage therapist.
We can do that. It's a question of the day if you'd like.
Well,
or we can just say, just for show purposes, where are they now here in the States?
I've only got 2 massages in my life for a reason.
What?
The first one, I'll tell you about it.
We either got to get you to Ava Bella.
I've been there. Now,
or we get you to the Astral Spa in Oaklawn. Either one. Get both of those covered, yeah.
I got a good one.
Hold on. We may not want. You sure you want to share this?
I'll share it.
Okay.
It's a good one.
Right.
Thank God Almighty, we'll hear that later.
Don't go away. 6:30.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at hondarussellville.com.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The plans to turn a once thriving water park into a vibrant entertainment district in North Little Rock have come to a halt. In 2022, Malley Construction first presented plans to turn the former Wild River Country Water Park at the intersection of I-430 and I-40 into an entertainment hub. Mayor Terry Hartwick said that $25 million transformation is now at a standstill. No building permits have been filed, and the site has sat untouched for over a year. Mayor Hartwick says he met with the owners of Malley Construction about a month ago and was given no explanation for the pause in work. The Department of Finance and Administration has a warning about another scam. Scammers are sending texts claiming to be with the DMV. They say you have a final notice on a traffic ticket, and if you don't pay, your vehicle registration and driving privilege will be canceled. As a reminder, the state won't send you any texts about traffic tickets, so if you get one, ignore it. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 are high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight,
so I'm in a hotel room.
mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
To sign in for our massage.
On a happy hour special.
I said,
$3,
you do have a woman
$6,
massage,
$9.
right? And she goes,
Sushi, food, and
"That's too
cocktails.
late for
Available
this.
5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at
I
Benny
go
Hunter
down
Bar.
to the bathhouse, put a robe
Want to
on
get in
or
on the
whatever.
conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Bazzel, the number one independent dealer in the state with the best prices.
There was no happy ending going on here.
Vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook.
You gotta watch this massage
Football,
therapist.
baseball, or basketball. From high school to the pros. Hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Vacation.
We go to Ava Bella.
Zippy Hot Mike.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here.
We go to Ava Bella. It's
Our
great.
employee
Dan's
pricing
wife
program
and my
was such a
wife.
big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. There's no gimmicks, no
what's
hoops.
going on?
We pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the
And
discounts in addition to
that's my
employee
first massage
pricing of
ever.
up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9%.
Now, I do go to the lady and she works on my neck. She's not really a
That's another
massage
great
therapist.
deal. New Jeep Wranglers
works
for
on body part, like
$7,000 off.
athletic
New Jeep
stuff.
Compasses for
She
only
does all this stuff.
$379 a
And
month with no
both
money
her
down.
sons are
Don't worry
chiropractors.
about your credit.
She
Go to
gets,
FletcherCredit.com and get
Here's the deal.
pre-approved in
She's
minutes
so
right on the internet.
unbelievable, David Bazzel,
FletcherCredit.com.
on my neck.
Fletcher Dodge,
I got
we're
the
always
zero
going to
neck
give you
deal
the
for
best
my
price
shoulder.
and the lowest finance rates. Come see us
She's
at
for that
Fletcher
45 minutes.
Dodge on Ward Road or shop us
Yeah, she
online
says,
at
I don't know.
FletcherDeals.com.
Get ready, Arkansas. Amplify Fest is coming back August 8th and 9th in Benton. Don't miss an unforgettable weekend with live performances by Matthew West and Switchfoot, along with Lecrae and Maverick City Music. You'll also hear an uplifting message of hope from Nick Holmes. Performances by Charity Gale, Terrian, Gio, Jamie McDonald, plus America's Got Talent winner, illusionist Dustin Tabella. Fun for the whole family with an expanded kids zone and great food. Reserve your free tickets now at amplifyfest.org.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, There's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Yeah, I think I want that. I think I want to get rid of that song too.
Yeah.
Let's delete that from the system. It may be a good song, but I've heard it 8,000 times.
Well, I
now.
wouldn't. I had to get the cameras and figure out about the mic, so I wasn't able to stick a song in
it's
there.
Okay. Who is that?
Is it? I don't know where I've
Walker Hayes, I think is his name or something.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah,
is that the one
right.
who does the Applebee song?
It sounds like it. All right, if you just joined the show, glad you're with us on this Friday, June 27th. Next week,
the Doobie Brothers. No, it's not the Doobie Brothers.
Next week you have a short week.
Yes.
Because Friday is July 4th, and so that I guess that affects you guys too, right?
We're closed.
We're
closed on July 4th.
But you're open back up on
We'll be right back open on Saturday.
You don't get 2 days.
No.
I'm working at a car dealership, but you got long hours, man. What time do you get here? What time do you leave?
I usually get in about 8:30, and half days I leave about 5:36, and the other half days I leave about 7:30.
Yeah. So as soon as
but
he
it's
walks out here-
retail.
Yeah, I know.
That's right.
If you go to Dillard's, they're open. Walmart's open.
Yeah.
Gas station's open. You know, so
Yeah.
I guess we're right there in the mix.
So what he does is he walks out the door, locks it, and then goes to the other side of the building, opens it, and comes back in.
It feels like that today.
Yeah. I hear you.
If you just joined the show, we mentioned Duthero goes to the Lakers last night with the 36th pick in the NBA draft, and I need to go ahead and get that young man's name so I'll have it handy.
What young man?
The young man from that was at Arkansas Tech. So
Camera keeps popping off.
Is it?
We got to pay. We got to get better than that here.
661-1037 if you want to be a part of the show. You were talking about you had a bad experience. Do you want to say where you had that?
Well, it was in Hot Springs. I was on
maybe one of the older hotels, maybe.
Maybe, and it was our anniversary. It was probably 12 years ago. And first massage, my wife said, we're going to book a couple's massage. Okay, great. So I go down there and we get the robe on. But when I'm at the front, I go, I do have a woman massaging me, right? And she goes, there's no request and it's too late. We've already booked it. I said, okay. So I go down there and I get the robe on, and there's a blind man there, and everything seems fine. And we get to the room, and I realize that I'm going to have a blind man massage me, which is fine. I don't know what's going on at this point. And we're about 20 minutes into this massage, and he goes, man, my belly's upset. And he tells the lady, I got to go to the bathroom. So
20 minutes in.
So he, gets escorted to the bathroom, and we're there. I don't know how long I'm sitting there. My wife
30 minutes?
30 minutes or more.
He disappears.
Maybe.
So you sort of lost the interest in the massage.
And the music keeps messing up. It's skipping. It's an old CD. So the lady's over there messing with the CD player. Then we're at no music.
Yeah.
My wife's getting a massage, and I'm just in limbo land.
You're just waiting.
Just trying to figure out what's going on.
So 30 minutes later, the dude comes back.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I feel so much better. And this is no exaggeration. And he goes, oh, I don't have my belt with my oil.
Oh, boy.
Can you take me back to the bathroom? And I said, man.
He can't see.
And I tell my wife and the other lady, I said, there's no offense to anybody, but I'm good. I'm ready to go.
I don't want your doo-doo hands on me. You can't see.
And we get to the car.
Oh, my God.
And I look at my wife, and I'm oiled up. Soft skin. And I look at her, I go, that's got to be a prank. Like, they got to be messing with me. And she goes, I was $200 down the drain. And she goes, well, why don't you call and complain? I'm not calling them and telling them what happened. So we're all good.
You want to forget it.
So we drove from Hot Springs back to Cabot, oiled up,
that poor
and
old gentleman.
weirded out.
That poor old gentleman. He dropped his belt with all of his oils.
And I
don't know what's wrong with me. And I need to go to the bathroom. If you'll just hold on, let me get Miss Daisy. Will you take me to the toilet?
Oh, my
There's
God.
no way nobody not knows who he is, because I remember her saying, he gives us all a massage. He's really good. Now, this is why he's at the bathroom. And she's like talking him up. Well, somebody on this show got a massage by this man, and it just was a bad day. He's having a belly issue, and it just happened to be my first massage, and it was bad.
I need to go to the bathroom. So if you just sit tight right here, I'll be back in just a minute. But David, would you help me?
That is a great story.
Oh, you know what? I can't find my oil now. You don't mind.
It's your first one, too. It's your first one. Yeah. I can see why you don't have a good feeling about getting beside.
I got redeemed to David Bella though. I bought my wife. And it was a totally different atmosphere.
Hey, we're gonna charge you half. Don't even worry about it. Come back next week when I feel better.
One of the things when Frank gets here a little bit later, we're gonna look at we've got the countdown to kickoff coming up July 24th with Taylor Green, Bobby Petrino. Thanks to Frank. And Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. We also have Niall Davis, who played in the pros and was a Petrino running back, and Casey Dick, who was also a Petrino quarterback. So that's all coming up July 24th. But now that we've got basketball over with and it's just pure baseball, golf, and NASCAR, I was looking at today at numbers on Taylor Green, what he did last year. And, he's getting some hype coming back because it's just the team didn't do well enough for him to get a lot of attention. But, Roger, do you know how good of a year he had last year in terms of historic
numbers?
Yeah, U of A historic.
I seem to remember that was he second to KJ?
Now this is what I see here because there's a couple different ways you sort of
whatever
you're
picking. Yeah,
that's right. So this is what it says here. Started all 13 games at quarterback, concluded the 2024 campaign with 3,756 total yards. That's rushing. That's 602 rushing, 54 passing, 23 touchdowns altogether. Good for second in a single season. Now, I'm presuming they're talking about total offense. That means yards. Yeah. Second most in the history of the U of A, only behind, not KJ. And I'm like you. I remember KJ. Yeah. But it was Ryan Mallett's school record.
Okay. Now back up a second. How many yards rushing? How many passing?
He had 602 rushing and 3154 passing.
Oh, 30. I thought you said 31.
No.
31, 54. Yeah. Okay.
So what's crazy behind Mallett, you know how close he was to Mallett? He almost broke Mallett's record last year. Mallett had 37.95. He had 31.
That season, not even a bowl game, right?
It's 6. I take that back. It's 6. It is a little bit. I
seem to remember that it was a high number.
But you're right because KJ got some record.
Well, KJ has got the all-time. Yeah,
that's right because he was around longer.
Yeah.
But you don't think that Taylor had a record-setting.
Because had we not won a bowl game, we'd be 6 and 7.
If he had just a little bit more time at times,
we've talked about that.
That's what they're talking about, giving him a better line, so we can have that this year.
And that's the number that sort of stands out to you. 15 touchdown passes, 9 interceptions, and so some of those interceptions were you were hurried.
Could be costly.
You can throw 9 if you throw 30 touchdowns.
You made
some of those were drops. Some of those were tips too.
That's right.
There's at least one or two that I know Tyron Broden essentially handed to the other team.
But you want to see that ratio be a little obviously better this year, and I think it will be.
They score in the red zone more. I mean, they really
score in the red zone
much.
And usually that's because you have an offensive line that can't move anybody once you get out of the red zone.
Or you throw tipped passes.
I mean, think about that Tennessee game. They had 5 red zone trips and scored 19 points. I mean, they still won the game, but that's not going to get it done typically against Tennessee.
Yeah, it was interesting looking. And you remember, I was looking at where he started. Remember the second game against Oklahoma State? He had 416 yards in total offense. No, that was passing. That was 416 in passing. He was 26 of 45. I remember thinking, oh my gosh, Petrino's got this thing figured out, and all of a sudden we lose that game. I don't know how we lost it. I mean, I know why we lost it, but that was a killer to lose. And then we go back. We beat UAB. We beat Auburn. Frank was talking about this the other day. A&M, you have a chance to win it. You blow that 21-17, and then you beat Tennessee. So, you were playing well enough to be 5-0. Roger, you mentioned that, too, at the beginning of last year. Yeah. And then you have a stretch where against, LSU, Ole Miss, Texas, that, you just defensively you struggle.
And I know nobody wants to hear it, and I'm sorry. No, before we forget, where are you going to be Monday?
I will be at the I'll be at the National Broadcasters banquet where I'm being honored as the 2024 Arkansas Sports Broadcaster of the Year.
That is outstanding. Yes. Congratulations. And we'll still be here Monday and Tuesday. But I don't want to get negative about all this stuff because you have been positive, and that's why you're the Arkansas National Broadcasting. But you know what? I don't want to hear anything this year about we've got a really tough schedule. You know, so does everybody. I don't want to hear tough schedule and this and that. I want, you know what? If I may borrow from Mike Singletary, I want winners.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I want winners. And I'm not, you know what? That's their job, and they do too.
Yeah,
I know they do too.
I think everybody knows it's a tough schedule. Yeah, it's always going to be a tough schedule.
But everybody's got a tough schedule. Then we can't get into that.
Although
here we are. Because here's the thing. Now that baseball's over and we're in the dry spell is the beginning of talking about the woes of football season coming up, if that's what we've got. But thanks to Bobby Petrino, thanks to Frank Fletcher, that Bobby Petrino is there with Taylor Green, who's coming back, and that is such a positive, absolutely. And we know that they're building that line up for him, supposedly, to hit that portal and all that, to give him more time. So maybe he can stay back there and pass a little bit more.
You think that's
a little more experience?
Yeah,
too.
Absolutely. There's no question they'll be better. The question is the defense good enough? We'll see those kind of things.
The question is, can they block and can they get guys open? Because Armstrong, as good as Armstrong was, I felt like he was such a good route runner and had such good hands that he could make more contested catches. I mean, we're not hearing anything about any single guy standing out in the pass catching category, are we? Baz, have you heard anything?
No. We need a Randy Moss. You know,
that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Of course, you know, he was a Division II transfer that came in, and so we'll see. But you're right, there hasn't been nobody during the spring really jumped out to go. You know, if I'm tailing, I'm looking around, who do I go to? So anyway, so we've got all this summer to talk about that. We'll be at SEC Media Days at some point in July. I think it's the second or third week in July. I love this right here. It says, from the 501, my dad is a blind guy that gives massages in hot springs. I wonder if that's him. So if we've offended anybody.
Hey, I didn't say anything bad.
You know what? It's fair play.
He's joking. He's joking, yes.
I just had to prove.
Somebody says they got blind folks at David Bell as well. Yeah, hey, that's okay.
Do they really?
I don't know.
I don't know. First of all, it's the Seinfeld thing here to Costanza. You had a guy do it, and we're already.
Listen, we're experienced.
We spent 20 minutes talking about happy endings at massages. I get a guy to do it, and he had a bellyache. So at the end of the day,
that's exactly right. The other part of that is you had to take the guy to do it, and that's who they have. And down there in those areas, you know, they're giving an opportunity to somebody to do a job. Now, a guy knows all the parts on your body, so he knows where to and not touch. You know, when he's giving a massage.
Let me give you again some veteran massage guys sit right here.
Yeah.
Ask for a woman. Ask for a woman. Now listen, there's guys out there that can do the guy thing. That's fine. But I'm just telling you, it makes it a little bit easier. Somebody said I would hate for Justin Moore to be he said Justin would be a terrible massage therapist. He's always taking bathroom breaks. That's right. He does have to go to the bathroom quite a bit. And then and if you're
may fall asleep.
And I think with that, or once your massage therapist says he's got to use the bathroom, unless it's a woman, I don't care. You go.
Sorry. Listen, I have an upset stomach. You sit here. I'll be right back. Don't you move. Marie! I'm going to take a clap.
I can see you.
Hold on to this jump. Would you like a Slurpee? I'll get you something to drink, and I'll be back in 10, 20 minutes.
I can see Zippy just sitting there, poor guy, for 30 minutes. He's all oiled up.
He's driving home all oiled up. How'd you clean your seats? We'll talk about that later.
All right, if you want to be a part of the show, 661-1037. And we are here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They are doing deals, $5,000 off, up to $15,000 off. They'll do that all the way through the weekend, all the way to Monday. So take advantage of them. Don't go away.
Number 53 here, and back in my day, I was fortunate to be around some great teams, along with some great teammates. And even now, all these years later, I'm also grateful to be a part of a great team here at 103.7 The Buzz. But you know another great team that I've come to appreciate over the years? It's the team over at Edwards Food Giant, and there are 11 stores located all over the metropolitan area, including their Edwards Cash Saver stores. And let me tell you this, if you haven't been to the newest Edwards Food Giant in North Little Rock in the Lakewood Village Shopping Center, you really need to stop by there. This store is truly the most beautiful grocery grocery store that I've ever been inside of. The layout with their used selection and inventory, including their deli and salad bars, is the best. Of course, their meat department at Edwards will truly blow you away, too. That newest Edwards store has everything from heat and eat, meal solutions, weekly specials, to a giant wine department, to their dry-aged beef that's been temperature and humidity controlled for 28 days in their cooler, resulting in a steak that's tender, flavorful, and unlike any steak you've ever had. So see for yourself why the team at Edwards Food Giant is now Central Arkansas's favorite place to shop.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we are proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
Now that it's summer, we're blowing out prices at HJ Trailer Sales. Through the end of the month at factory cost, some even below. Aluminum truck beds in stock marked down to $6,500 installed. All bedrock beds $4,900 installed. Butler hay beds $12,800 installed. Need a trailer? Good Guys 22-foot 10K $8,100. All air tow trailers under $20,000. Delta 30-foot 14K gooseneck only $10,900. HJ Trailer Sales on Facebook or hjtrailersales.com, Hot Springs and Paragould.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
It's Brad and Stephanie here, owners at Mosquito Joe. Stephanie, lots of people ask us how we ever got involved in Mosquito Joe. Tell them what you told me years ago when we first started.
I said if you figured out a way to keep the mosquitoes out of our yard without coating ourselves and kids with bug spray, then sign me up. And if this works, we have to share this with our friends and neighbors.
To this day, that's the mission of Mosquito Joe. It's our passion to make outside fun again for all Arkansans. Whatever's bugging you outside, we've got the solution.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show. Brought to you by Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse, Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters for over 30 years. Call 501-568-0040 today or click online at arkansastruck.com.
Always make sure to say please and thank you. Morning Mayhem is back on the air, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani. No more gato, Mr. Gato.
Ohtani is the second leading vote getter behind Aaron Judge for the All-Star game. What's the date, Josh? I should have, when I looked at the darn date on that thing. Let's see here. It looks like July 15th is the All-Star game. Ohtani was second in the voting behind Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge had 4,012,000. Ohtani had 3,967,000. We were here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They are doing deals. Great to have Zippy was up here and Adam early this morning. I mean, 6 o'clock.
You got to get it sometimes.
How about that?
we got wonderful deals right now, and I just wanted to share what we got going. And I got a couple gifts. Frank doesn't know about this, but
he's right here now.
He knows now.
You bet, Frank, you don't know about this? I don't know. You put that mic a little bit closer to you. There we go. There we go. Good morning, Frank, by the way.
Good morning.
What little gift do you have?
So we got to sell 6 trucks.
Okay.
So if you come in today, Saturday, or Monday, and I've got them on the showroom, I got some Blackstone grills ready for the summer.
Okay.
So on the Laramie trucks, I can do up to $15,000 off, and you get a grill. And then we got 3.9 at 72 months plus $10,000 off all of our Rams. So, but the biggest deal right now is on the Laramie truck. You can get up to $15,000. There's no weird rules. You just come in here and you finance with Stellantis to get an extra $2,000, and I can get to $15,000 off.
Very nice, Frank. We get you twice in 1 week, man. We get started out with Graceland on Monday or Tuesday, and now we got you today.
Yeah. Had a good time being with Roger and his wife, and you and Miss Jessica.
Yeah, and Judy. And Judy was great. Yeah,
we had a really good time. That's quite a tour.
It was.
I've never seen anything like that.
Now
it's amazing how many thousands of people are still coming over to see Elvis.
Crazy.
We stayed in a hotel that's got 400 rooms, and they're all for Elvis fans. And
who said that? Was it you or one of you said? You're not at this hotel if you're not an Elvis fan.
Yeah. Everybody here is an Elvis fan.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're going to Churchill Downs today.
Yeah, we're racing in the 10th race today with a little filly called Almost Gone. So we're going to fly up there and take him Jackie Lackey.
Jackie, the greatest name in name history in Arkansas, Jackie Lackey.
It is.
You said you didn't even said
I thought it was just your buddy, and his name is Jackie, and you go, that's my buddy, old Jackie Lackey. No, which is still great.
And what does Jackie Lackey do for a living?
Jackie owns a company called American.
Oh, that's right. Shelving.
American Handling Materials.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They sell pallet rack.
Yes.
Outstanding.
Well, you said he's funny.
Now, this Almost Gone. Are you part owner of this horse?
75%.
So when you get that, so the next, if the offspring of this horse, the offspring of this horse, whatever it is, Almost Going to mare, or guy. What sex is this horse?
It's a filly.
Filly. So when this filly has a baby, will you name it Rocket?
We're not to that point of thinking about that yet.
Okay, all right.
Calm down.
See, I don't know, because it's very seldom do I hear you have a part of a horse that doesn't have the name Rocket in it. Here lately.
It's Almost Gone Rocket.
Oh, I didn't hear you say it. I didn't hear you say Rocket.
I didn't either. I was with Roger. I thought it might
Almost
be different.
Gone Rocket. We just use Almost Gone as a sharp.
Okay, very good. I wish I was as sharp as that. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, she almost got put in a sale, and it worked out that we took her out of the sale, so that's the reason I came up with Almost Gone.
Okay. Gotcha. Coming up in the next hour, we mentioned it earlier, Frank, and it was you finally got to meet the new GM, if you will, of the Razorbacks, Remy Cofield, who was in basketball for many years. You hadn't had a chance to meet him yet, right?
No, I saw a picture in the paper.
It's weird. I'm telling you, just watching him, it's like, what happened to
Did you see the first question was what is your job?
Yeah, that's a great question.
It was like, so what do you do? What do you?
Yes.
And he said he hadn't. I think he might have said he hadn't talked to Cal, which I love because it's like Cal's like, yeah, we're good. Don't worry about men's basketball. I'll take care of that.
It is just you already got an athletic director, and Frank, the news is today that Hunter Yurchek made 10% cuts in the athletic department. For the last 20 years, you've had so much money pouring in that they've just built facilities and added staff. They had 181 people on staff. So apparently he took 10% of that off yesterday. And so, what did you say, Roger? We need 2 linemen.
Yeah.
So now it's about having money to get players in all your sports. Whereas before you didn't have to pay anybody, so you could just add staff. But 181 people, that's a lot. But still, 10%, that's a tough day for Hunter. He said it was the toughest day he's had as an athletic director. But you also have the Cofield guy. So you got the athletic director is not enough. You got another layer of a guy who's managing. It's just like I'm looking at the corner.
Yeah, the assistant athletic director also.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, yeah.
You got a ton of assistant athletes. I bet you there are 5 assistant athletic directors.
Well, I mean, but
Kevin Trainer, or you talking about somebody else?
one thing the paper didn't show, it didn't tell what those people did that lost their job.
Right.
Talking about how bad it was. It's bad if anybody loses a job, particularly if they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
But there's no telling how many layers.
Oh, I'm telling you. Well, again, for 25 years, they've just added because they've been flush with money.
Yeah.
And so,
they've been flush with money, and they'd still be there, but now they need that money somewhere else to keep that money coming in. So, yeah, absolutely.
Payroll.
Lineman payroll.
Yeah. Well, look at the additional money, though, that they're getting. Look where we were in basketball, how much there's no telling what SEC took out of the basketball tournament. And then look at the baseball World Series.
I know.
I mean, they're not way down on the rung on getting money. They're getting money out of everything you turn around.
I know. All right.
Softball.
7 o'clock. Don't go away.
This is Chuck Barrett inviting you to listen to me call the Hogs on 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
Sure, there's plenty of places you can go get your fireworks for your 4th of July celebration, but there's only one Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore, carrying the largest selection in Central Arkansas, from those huge commercial show quality cakes and artillery shells to sparklers and snakes for the kids. Torpedo Joe's has everything. A family-owned business, their knowledgeable staff can answer all your questions, and they can even provide shopping carts for your convenience. Oh, and the best part, it's all air-conditioned. Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore, just 4.5 miles west on Colonel Glenn, past the Rave Theater.
Injured? There's only one number you need to know. 888-8888.
At Rainwater Holton Sexton, no case is too big and no insurance company too strong.
Just dial 888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
The Zone will be on location at Bradford Marine and ATV in Hot Springs Monday for their 4th of July firecracker sale. Boat prices have been slashed. Tracker, Nitro, Ranger, Tahoe, and Sun Tracker pontoons have been drastically reduced. Shop for your new boat online at BradfordMarine.com.
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball right here on your home of the Hogs. 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The plans to turn a once thriving water park into a vibrant entertainment district in North Little Rock have come to a halt. In 2022, Malley Construction first presented plans to turn the former Wild River Country Water Park at the intersection of I-430 and I-40 into an entertainment hub. Mayor Terry Hartwick said that $25 million transformation is now at a standstill. No building permits have been filed, and the site has sat untouched for over a year. Mayor Hartwick says he met with the owners of Malley Construction about a month ago and was given no explanation for the pause in work. The Department of Finance and Administration has a warning about another scam. Scammers are sending texts claiming to be with the DMV. They say you have a final notice on a traffic ticket, and if you don't pay, your vehicle registration and driving privilege will be canceled. As a reminder, the state won't send you any texts about traffic tickets, so if you get one, ignore it. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Catch the Buzz on all of our social media platforms, presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. They specialize in custom in-ground pools. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 are high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight, warm and muggy, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback baseball color analyst and Drop Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
Hey folks, this is David Bazzel for Simmons Bank. What started as a hometown bank in Pine Bluff more than 120 years ago, Simmons Bank has expanded their footprint to more than 200 locations across the Mid-South. Simmons Bank offers comprehensive financial solutions delivered with a client-central approach. Last year, Simmons Bank was recognized by U.S. News & World Report as one of the best companies to work for in the South, and in 2023 by Forbes as one of the world's best banks. The Simmons Bank Championship presented by Stevens was named the best tournament on the PGA Tour champions by the golfers themselves. It's very rare that a first-year tournament wins an award from the players like the Simmons Bank Championship did. George Macris and his strong team at Simmons Bank can help you grow. Give them a shot and tell them Baz sent you. You can find all of their locations on the web at SimmonsBank.com. With more than $27 billion in total assets, Simmons Bank continues to grow. Join me and many other banks. SimmonsBank.com or check out a branch near you. One of the best banks in America located right here in Arkansas.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In search of a great happy hour? Then look no further than at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse. Each and every weekday from 4 till 6. Great specials on appetizers, draft beer, house wines, well drinks, and cocktails. Inside the bar or out on the patio. Enjoy happy hour at the Butcher Shop.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. It's the end of the month and we need to sell 23 more vehicles to meet our factory goal. So we're giving everybody employee pricing. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Shop your favorite summer clothing brands at Fort Thompson. From Sitka, Patagonia, Local Boy, Marshwear, Drake, and many more. Fort Thompson's in Sherwood is looking forward to seeing you and taking care of all your needs. Shop local. Shop Fort Thompson.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you. With state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with The Buzz, and we got a fun Friday lined up for you. That's right. Make sure you tune in. Tom Murphy's going to join us. Plenty to talk about, everything when it comes to the sports world. And Zach Gillum's going to join us as well. We're going to see what the line is as far as Oakland on some of these games are concerned. Also, too, Philip Mark's going to join us in studio. And always going to have that entertainment report, Champs and Chumps. That Champs and Chumps is sponsored by our friends over there at Watchdog Bar and Grill and BKC Home Builders. Wrap it up with some birthday trivia. Make sure you tune in The Zone, where sports and entertainment come crashing together.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
If I can change.
Live from the Oakland Hot Springs Studios.
And you can change.
Oakland, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Everybody can change.
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, it is 7:06. We're here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. Had a fun week this week. Frank, Judy, and myself, Roger, and our gals were over at Graceland starting off the week. Had a fun time, and now we're doing deals here this weekend all the way through Monday. And it's crazy, Frank. The last time that Zippy gave me a vehicle to drive, it was the Durango. And that was, you remember where I was going the next day in that Durango?
Oh, yeah.
Where was it?
Nashville.
And not Nashville.
Was it not?
No, that was second.
Oh, you were going with the trophies.
No. I was just saying, it was Terry Bradshaw's ranch.
Terry Bradshaw's ranch, that is right.
So Frankie loaded me up with the Durango, headed down to Terry Bradshaw, and then again from there we go to Nashville. And you guys have been so nice, Frank, to allow us to drive your vehicles, and we're blessed to do it. This one, what Zippy never likes to do, just like you used to do with Tommy, you never like to see a phone call going, got a problem, Frank. And I remember calling Zippy, I have 2 less windows in my Durango thanks to Nashville, Tennessee. And so, but I'll be turning that Durango today. But it was a very good vehicle, plenty of room, plenty of space in the back. And but I love driving the cars. And I was saying, if Roger's working on the cameras right now, if you'll be able to look and see, this is a Jeep Cherokee. 2025
Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve.
It's my new favorite. Josh, you ought to take a look at it. It's got how do you describe the top that has a different color?
We call it two-tone. So that's not a wrap. That's from the factory. So it's got the black up top and the white on the bottom.
So the roof is a different color than the rest of the car.
That's right.
I've never seen that all the way on the sides. And Frank, you were saying on the inside it's even cooler with the interior.
Light tan leather with stitching in it. I mean, I've never seen a Mercedes or anything inside look like that.
Yeah,
massaging seat.
It's the nicest Grand Cherokee I've ever seen.
Massaging seat.
They don't get upset stomachs, do they?
No.
It's not a Grand Cherokee. It's called a what?
It's a Grand Cherokee Summit Reserve.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of what you normally are driving. It's just about 2 steps higher.
And Frank, you know what he said to me? He said, "I don't put you in vehicles. It's nice." I said, I begin to feel like I'm almost like Tommy. Tommy would always call with bad news. Seems like the last 2 times I've talked to you, there's been something that's happened.
Hey, when you're driving as much as you are, because you put some miles on that one pretty quick, I mean, something's going to happen.
We were over there in Nashville, with Justin doing the stuff with Fox and Friends and all that. And, I mean, Roger is in the hotel, Frank, in Nashville, looking at the vehicle. The vehicle's right out in front of the hotel and still get broken into the night before. So
they didn't even take. I mean, they didn't even steal anything.
Thank God you didn't have your laptop, your equipment.
Oh no, we were smart enough to get it. We were smart enough to get everything out of there. That's exactly right. 661-1037. If you want to be a part of the show today, we were talking about all the things going on. You had Theo last night that goes to the Lakers. You got the All-Star game coming up. Frank, we were talking now, sort of a football talking time. Where you've got this week you've got Taylor down at the Manning Passing Academy. I think you're going to hear good things that come out of that. I think the Manning family is really going to love Taylor and working with all those kids. He's 6'6", 230, so he stands out. He's got that great smile.
He's nice.
Yeah,
he's a nice guy.
He'll be Roger and I have seen that camp now for 3 years, and it's fun to watch those top level quarterbacks work with those kids.
And you see the Mannings and Archie's out there in the golf cart and all that, but when you see Peyton and Eli, these are Super Bowl winning MVP quarterbacks, and they are hands-on. They're not just walking around. Right. It's not just name only. They actually are getting into it and have a good time with these guys.
My mother's excited about the new vehicle. You know what, my mother, Frank, I like to take your car and get it cleaned up. My mother she has such a passion for having a clean vehicle. I mean, because she used to be in that business. She used to be in the car wash business. So I have to tell her, I said, Mother, here's the deal. If you take my vehicle, you've got to promise me you won't vacuum it. Because I can already hear it now, Frank. Wow. Look at the Bazzel's 80-year-old. Bazzel won't do his own car. He's got his 80-year-old mother out there vacuuming the seats.
Say that a lot.
It is. I just said, listen, just do the drive-through.
Where'd she go?
All the splash car washes. And I said, I'll be glad to pay for them to vacuum it. I don't want my mother out there vacuuming. But she loves it. Yeah. She loves to do it. That's what she did, in Panama City for many, many years. So she loves doing it. So
she's sweet.
She gets excited. Yeah,
she loves to take care of her boy.
She does. She likes to clean. That's one of her things.
I'm a big fan of clean.
I do too.
Just keep her out of the crumbs in your bed.
I have to calm her down and tell not to overdo it.
Sure.
We don't move around like we used to, Frank. All of us, including me. We got to play a little Finish the Lyric coming up here in a little bit. Brought to you by Honda of Russellville. We'll have R.J. Hawk stopping by, Danny West, Heather Baker. And I mentioned Ron Moquette. We're going to have him on at some point, and he's going through some physical challenges too. So Ron, hang in there and keep your head up there.
Absolutely.
I did want to I saw this great thing. This was a new poll out by Band-Aid brand Curade rather. How many cuts, scrapes, and bruises do you think you will accumulate in your life, Frank? In the entire course of your life, they've got an average. What do you think the number one? The number is when any scrape that you get or bruise, anything throughout the course of a year.
I mean, like a little scratch.
Yeah, any scratch.
Okay.
What would you think? We'll start with you, Raj.
1,500.
Okay, what do you think?
In a lifetime?
Lifetime.
1,000.
What do you think, Frank?
5,000.
Frank is the closest. It's 4,000. Wow. So a poll found that the average person suffers 35 scrapes and bruises each year.
Okay.
So 4,000 It's great. And of course, some will do more than others.
And that's just an accident. That's not like trying to do any base jumping and you get a scratch or something
that's
like
right.
that.
And speaking of base jumping, who is this your employee that was just walking by?
Yeah, he's one of our drivers. He and I could be wrong, but I think I'm right. He parachuted for the Golden Knights for years and years and years, but at one point in time he held the world record.
Listen to this. Most jumps
skydives in a day, and it was like 300.
He just said it. It's 390.
390 in a day.
390.
But you talk about bumps and scrapes. He was doing a promotional deal, and I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was at a mall, and he came down, and if you looked at his ankle, it's gnarly. I think he had a bad jump and messed his leg up.
Well, let me tell you, Roger and I have done that. You know, Carrie Rainwater did it the other day, Frank. That's when you saw her at your place. That she'd already done that with her boys. I'm going to tell you, one and done in one day is enough. Can you imagine going up 300?
I asked him a stupid question because I'm thinking, well, how long did that take? 24 hours. I didn't mean like that. I mean, so you go right up to 24 hours. That is a lot.
300. I mean, I can't imagine the time it took to get the plane back up there every time.
Yeah, I mean, somebody holding a parachute while you're going down there, and when you're into jump number 275, you just go, it's probably pretty good.
Roger and I did our one and done. We don't want to do it anymore.
I've done twice.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got another. That's right. That's right.
And Randy has challenged me to do another one, but it was a whole different deal.
So, Frank, I got another one. The 10 best and worst states for road trips. What do you think? And it was based on 32 different factors in 3 categories: costs, safety, and how many attraction or activities there are, like national parks, lakes, those kind of things. Do you think Arkansas was on either one of the list? The best and worst states for road trips.
Oh, we got to be one of the best.
I would say it's on the list for some of the best.
The best were Minnesota, New York, Ohio, Utah, Louisiana, Florida, Idaho, Texas, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania. We did not make that list, but we did make the other list. The 10 worst states for road trips are Delaware, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Vermont, Montana, which that's a bad road trip in Montana. Hawaii.
Probably no cell service.
California, New Mexico, Maryland, and Arkansas.
They must have been driving down 67.
I don't know either.
Driving down 67. 67.
The worst road in America for traveling is from Little Rock to Memphis. That's why Fletcher Air was so nice the other day.
How is Hawaii on the worst road trips?
I'm with you.
It's ridiculous.
I'm with you.
Doesn't a road trip imply you have to cross state lines to kind of make the trip?
No, I think it's just within the state line. I think it was
What? Within the state
line? Within the it's not quite. In other words, because they name what state has the best road trips.
Well, they must be going by traffic.
All the things.
Like that.
Yeah.
Whatever the qualifier is, Arkansas's made that list on both sides before, so it makes no sense. I don't know. I mean, I assume when we think about New York, we think about Manhattan and Long Island and things like that. But when you know from Justin Moore that and Mark May, they love country music up that way. And obviously they have cattle up there. They have farms up there. So it's a beautiful area, I'm sure. And I think there's parts of New Mexico that are beautiful as well, even when it's just barren. I like seeing some of that and some of the land.
Well, you can't tell me that going from here to Northwest Arkansas isn't, that's. You can tell me that's one of the worst 10. Now, listen, if you go down south,
go 7.
Frank, nothing against Tamo, but when you get down south to where, when you get down to Lake Village, there's not a whole lot going down there. That's the area.
Not a lot of places to stop.
That's right. So that may be the thing against us. But I'm like Josh. You throwing Hawaii in there too.
Well, and when you're saying road trip, are you planning on doing something? Because even though it's crappy to take 40 to Memphis or Nashville, there's a ton to do once you get there, historic-wise. Anyway, so what are the qualifiers? I don't know.
The other thing I saw, we had a chance when we were in Graceland the other day. Frank wasn't with us for this part of it to see all of Elvis's cars, and his cars were so cool. I'm not big into the classic cars. I like them. I think it's cool. But when you get a chance to be around classic cars and to see how they were built back in the day, they're bigger. They got cooler lines. It was
heavier.
Yeah, heavier.
Yeah.
It got me sort of excited to go, wow, they don't build them like that anymore. They build them obviously to make money off of them. But Frank, you used to drive those old classics that were big and heavy and they probably didn't have many problems back in the day. They probably built.
Well, they didn't have a lot of stuff like electronics and, everything you add. That's the reason the pickup truck always last, or the old pickup trucks lasted forever, because they didn't have all the things the cars had on it, and all electronics.
Yeah.
You know, a plain Jane pickup truck that used to work on a farm would just last forever because it was just an engine and a transmission.
Yes.
You know, they didn't even have air conditioning.
I love looking at inside those cars with Elvis because the dash was pretty basic.
Yeah.
Well, like you said,
wasn't a lot going on.
Wasn't a lot
of chrome.
Yeah, wasn't a lot going on.
Well, let me ask you this, Frank, 'cause you know cars, and back when you were growing up, one thing Elvis liked, it was Lincoln. So Lincoln, was that one of the top line? I mean, was that an status thing? A Lincoln was a status thing at one time?
You got to remember this: you didn't have Lexus, you didn't have Infiniti, so Lincoln took all of that market as a luxury car.
Okay.
There used to be a Pontiac. Pontiac had some big, long cars, and so did Oldsmobile.
Right.
Oldsmobile 98 was a pretty luxury car. You know, you had the 88 and the 98, and then Pontiac had some really big cars. So there were a lot of them had the big, and of course Cadillac had the big flared fenders on the back.
Sure.
And like you said, they were a lot heavier, and I'm sure they cost a lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more material in them, but a lot less stuff that breaks.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, you had a lot more shade tree mechanics back in the day, I guess.
The problem is now is when they break, we have to hook them up to a computer, and then that computer tells you what's wrong with it.
Yeah.
And then if there's a glitch in there somewhere that the computer doesn't designate what you need to change, they're lost. Then they have to get a hold of somebody in Detroit.
Wow.
You know,
Wow.
sometimes we'll have a car for 4 or 5 months. We just have to trade the customer out of that car because we can't fix it. We don't know what's wrong with it.
Well, we got a listener on here who's wanting to bring in a Jeep that they have because it's overheating. Is even a Jeep today, a 5-year-old Jeep, is that still one that you got to put on a computer, even all that?
I think so.
Okay.
You know, I'm not a mechanic.
Sure.
So I would think so.
Overheating's more of a mechanical issue. So you got a radiator, water pump, radiator
thermostat,
hose,
something like
a thermostat.
Right,
and that's kind of what it boils down to. But you get a vehicle where it's just kind of electrical issue. That's the ones you got to hook up to the computer.
Okay, all right.
We got to mention too, and Josh, I'm gonna get you to look up the correct pronunciation because I've seen a couple different spellings. It looks like Talon. I thought it was Talion or Talon Peter. Frank was drafted by the Indiana Pacers last night with the 54th pick. He's from Russellville, Arkansas, played 3 years at Arkansas Tech before transferring to Liberty last season. And so, you know, there's another Arkansas in there, Austin Reeves, that, you know, again, was not a Razorback, but ended up making the league. You said turned down a $90 million deal to be a free agent next year, Zippy. And then you had Derek Fisher, who was another L.A. Laker that came through that was not a Razorback, but Adu Thero is the latest to be included in that. But I just want to make sure we're not, because we've had a lot of people say, "Hey, Baz, make sure you mention that Talon." It's not like Talon Green; it's spelled differently than that. So we'll find that out. Somebody said that's a stupid list. Where do you find this BS? This particular study was from the poll was from Wallet Hub. So what you've got all these websites that put all these factors in. Doesn't mean it's right. So again, we've got 4 hours to fill, and so that's some of the things we see when we
but
show
again,
prep.
but those lists change all the time.
That's right.
And
That's
what
right.
could it be based on? Yeah?
Somebody says, Baz, didn't Frank used to have the basket and lamp company over by the airport? If so, whatever happened to all that, or did he move?
We sold that was Cheyenne Industries, and the buildings are still over there. A lot of times I drive by there and look at them because that's where we started off, on the opposite side of the airport.
Yep.
We sold that company in 1989, and funny thing is, the people that bought it were some former Walmart people that had retired and had a lot of money. So they wound up selling it to a guy who bought my competitor was Jimco Lamp Company up in Bono, Arkansas. And so this one guy bought up all the lamp companies. So he's the lamp. This is right before COVID.
Lamp King.
So he buys them all up. And COVID comes along, and we used to pay roughly about $4,000 for a container. A container, folks, is like a 40-foot truck, if you can get a visual picture. 40-foot truck trailer. is a container from overseas. We paid about $4,000 to bring it into Memphis or the closest port we could. During COVID, those same containers went up to $19,000 to $25,000, and Walmart would not give these people price increases. So, what I would have done is just stop shipping them.
Yeah.
They kept shipping and hoping that they were going to give them a price increase, or at the next, container price would go down. And every one of those lamp companies all went broke, and there are no more.
Wow.
I don't know where they get their lamps from. Now I guess they go overseas and buy them direct.
So I've always thrown this out there. So at one time, you were the number one.
We were the largest lamp company in the United States, and maybe the world.
Maybe the world.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we sold everybody. We sold Lowe's, Home Depot, Target.
Do y'all hear that?
Pennies.
The number one lamp maker, maybe in the world.
Well, it's definitely for the United States.
Yeah, definitely for the United States.
But we had the way we got by with. I mean, if you sell a Home Depot, Lowe's doesn't want to buy from you.
Right.
Vice versa. So we sold them under different names. So our company name Cheyenne didn't mean anything to anybody because we had different names on our lamps.
Yeah.
So we would change the base. Change the base from a gold to a silver base. Put a fluted shade on one and a silk shade on another one. So it was basically, it's sort of like, a Lexus and a Toyota are the same car. They just got a different name on them. They got different leather inside of them. They got different wheels on them, but they come out of the same factory.
Interesting.
It's the same thing. You don't know it.
Interesting.
But it's a redressing of the same thing with a Lincoln is the same thing as a Ford.
Interesting. We're learning all the little secrets.
Absolutely.
Seeing behind the curtain.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Chrysler chassis is on several cars. No matter which one it is. Maybe
Look at you throwing out chassis, big boy.
Well, here's the other part of it. Don't say anything.
You talking
Frank.
cars now?
I'm talking. I'm
talking cars.
I'm chit-chatting with you about that.
Look at
Now
you.
I want you to
What
tell
else
me.
you throw out the
I want
car?
to see if you can. I want to know what's going on with Tupelo, Mississippi. What are they known for? What do they sell a lot of?
What was that?
Yeah, I didn't ask him. I'm asking
it was,
you.
We found out it was rocking chairs.
Say it.
No, recliners.
Recliners, but unupholstered, non-upholstered.
Who would have thought that?
Tupelo, Mississippi is the world's capital of furniture, basically any kind of upholstery, but also leather recliners. Almost all the recliners in the world made in Tupelo, Mississippi.
And they're doing the same thing you did with your lamps. They're not selling the same way. It's the same thing. They're selling to Lowe's and Home
selling
Depot.
Them different brands and different kind of materials. Exactly. Anyway, it was a challenge, because we'd go call on. We went to call on Dillard's, and they said, I said, we got a factory right here, and we can make, design these lamps. We can make crystal lamps. We can do anything you want. And they said, we don't look at lamps in Little Rock. I said, what do you mean you don't look at them? They go, our buyers go to New York, and you would have to. So I hauled my lamps in a tractor trailer to New York City and showed them to them in a hotel. And they didn't buy any. But I thought, you could have told me no right here in Little Rock.
Wow.
Well, we were hauling lamps up and down the damn elevator in New York.
Holy cow.
Isn't that the way at Walmart, to where if you're trying to get a product in Walmart, you go to a little room. They've got all these little rooms where every day there's thousands of products.
You mean like speed dating?
It is.
It's very similar to a prison cell, except it doesn't have a toilet.
You're trying to pick.
You could sell them one.
It's somebody that comes in there that either like your product or that's the one that has to like it. And then
well, today they do a lot of things by
Zoom,
by computer, with different.
That's how they used to do it, though.
But that's what we used to go in a room. And, if we had a big spread, we'd ask for a display room. Most of the stuff was done in a 12 by 8 cubicle. And, you only had a limited time. But the thing that got me out of the business that made me sell the company was I went in and saw this young lady, about 25, 26 years old. And,
making the decisions? Oh, no.
She said, well, nice to know you, Mr. Fletcher. I hear you've been around since the Ice Age. Wow. I said, yeah. She said, I don't like any of our assortment, and, we're going in a different direction. I said, well, great. What would you like? So she cut out pictures out of magazines. So she handed me a stack of pictures. She said, do you think you could make samples of these kinds? These are the kind of lamps I look for. We're going to go forward with a fashion look. And I said, well, that chrome stuff's not going to really go good over at Tahlequah, Oklahoma. She said, Tahlequah, where's that? I said, that's the point. You don't know where Tahlequah is. Anyway, so I said, yes, ma'am, I can make them. So I made samples up of the god-awful lamps you've ever seen. I brought them up there, and she loved them. And I wrote her a letter and wrote vice presidents and the merchandise manager all the way up that I knew, all the way to the top. And I went, since I've been doing this, I've always said if it doesn't sell, I'll do one or two things. I'll take it back or I'll mark it down. You will never be stuck with stuff that I recommend to you. Right. Because, that's my duty. If I say this is a great seller, stand behind it. I said, I'm not standing behind any of this stuff. I'm not taking it back, whatever. So to make a long story short, about 4 or 5 months later, she ordered the stuff. And,
she did.
It would have been great if it had been in New York City or in wherever, Miami, but, middle America is conservative.
Yeah.
And that's, traditional is a better word than conservative.
Yeah.
And so chrome doesn't sell in Oklahoma. Brass doesn't sell on the Florida coast because it corrodes.
Right.
And so forth.
Wow.
So, about 6 months later, I had a new person call me and said, come up here, and they go, listen, we're going to go back to the old way. Why don't you recommend to us what's selling at the other retailers? We'd like to get reestablished here.
Yeah.
And she said, but we got a problem. We got about $8 million worth of stuff we need to send back to you. And I said, we got a real problem. So I pull out my letter and show it to her. And to Walmart's credit, they did not make me take it back, but I went home and sold the company.
How about that? You're out of that.
I'm done.
That is the a little peek behind the scenes.
Who knew about all that lamp trafficking that was going on?
That's what you just heard was from the mouth of an Arkansas Business Hall of Fame.
That's right.
Guy right there.
That's right.
Sometimes it's time for you to go.
Well, listen, you've done more good things and more right things than not.
That was the right thing.
That's why you're Hall of Famer.
I mean, Walmart, when the early days when the company was growing, the first 100 to 500 stores, all of us that were in the business of calling on them, we wanted our product to sell. So we built the displays. We showed them how to advertise it.
Yeah.
How we knew our product. We knew what sold, what didn't. We knew what the competitors had. That was our job. I mean, how can they be an expert in 10,000 things?
Right.
And I always said, if I'm going to put my mouth behind it, I'm going to put my pocketbook behind it. So, and I have had to eat some of my ideas. That's fine.
Yeah.
But if you go in there and that's what they wanted. They wanted you to bring us our best stuff, tell us what we don't have.
Right.
They wanted a professional presentation. And the presentation they wanted was, here's what you are not carrying that your competitors are carrying, and here's what percentage of the business. So just take floor lamps. You only have 4 SKUs, 4 stock keeping units, and you need to have 12. And here's why: because it's over 50% of the total lamp business, and you're only in it at 15%. Now that kind of presentation they will listen to and they will buy. And you got to show them the right price points. David, if you sell something for $31.50, it's dead. If you sell it for $29.950, it's a big seller. Everything pricing is psychological. You don't ever want to go, I don't care what it is with a car or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't want to go over the next barrier of price point, because that's in your mind, it's a $29 lamp. It's not a $30 lamp. That sounds silly. That's important.
The reason, listen, this is why this guy's an Arkansas Business Hall of Famer, and it's also why we have a quarterback named Taylor Green. So those two things can go together from what you're listening to right now. All right, we got to take a break. Don't go away. 7:30 more with Frank Fletcher, the one and only.
Drive Time Sports broadcasting live this afternoon from Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. Go to cranehyundaiLittleRock.com to see their inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles.
This is Sports Center.
Not quite the first round, but not too far outside of it for Arkansas forward Adu Thero, who was selected number 36 overall last night by the Los Angeles Lakers. The former Kentucky and Arkansas forward averaged 15 points per game last year on 55% shooting, 26% from beyond the arc, and 69% from the floor. He also averaged 5.8 rebounds per game and 1.9 assists. He joins Arkansas native Austin Reeves out west in L.A. The Arkansas Travelers fell against the the Amarillo Sod Poodles last night by a score of 3-4. 3 more games coming up in the series for the Travs. They'll play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 7:05, 7:05, and 6:05 this weekend. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 or high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight, warm and muggy, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
50 years of the open road. The motorcycle that launched a feeling is back. Honda of Russellville is celebrating with the 2025 50th anniversary Honda Goldwing, a legend reborn for the next generation of riders, because it's always been about the journey, not just the destination. Ride into the future with a Goldwing or Goldwing Trike in stock now at Honda of Russellville. Find us on Facebook or visit hondaofrussellville.com.
Don't miss Murphy's Benton Gun and Knife Show this weekend at the Benton Event Center. Over 250 tables with guns, ammo, knives, and so much more. I need some screws for my bayonet. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4. 2-day admission only $10. Kids 12 and under free. Plus a $2 discount for veterans and LEOs. Don't miss Murphy's Benton Gun and Knife Show happening this weekend at the Benton Event Center.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
Your morning drive will never be the same with Morning Mayhem on the radio, live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Oh, yeah. We were at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
It was nice.
Oh, you went cover.
I just went that way.
We're here at Frank Fletcher Dodge, where they've got their end of the month sale. Zippy is here with us, Chris Ender, and the GM. We'll talk about some of the deals we've got. Justin Moore will be jumping on with us here in a minute. Couple of messages here on our text line. Sports are slow right now. It's awesome to have a business masterclass this morning from an Arkansas great. Awesome stuff. That's great to hear Frank tell about his business history and the details of the deals he's done. We'd really like to hear more of those stories and how initially got to start. You know, you've done those over the years. Not everybody gets to hear them all the time, but that's been the fun thing over the years that people have gotten to know you and hear sort of the behind-the-scenes stories of how you got your start. And then we've laughed about some of the things that have not gone right for you too. You know,
if you try enough things, if you take enough risks, you will run into some brick walls.
Yeah.
You just don't want to run into a brick wall on your first try.
Yeah.
But really, I like to tell people when they say, well, did you inherit money? I go, yeah, I inherited $100, what my dad gave me when I graduated. It said, don't call me unless you're sick.
Yeah.
So I inherited $100. But, But I've taken a lot of risk, and some of them have turned out well, and some of them have not.
Yeah.
And I got to make a speech at the university about things that didn't go right, and it was my most fun talk of all talks I ever gave.
Because it's so rare that you don't have things that and
not to go over them all, but the taco place over, you know.
Bet.
Most people in the state know about Casa Especial.
Yeah, that's
My
right,
preacher came and said, I could pray for you, and I will pray for you, but with a name like that, the Lord can't help you. He said, why did you name it Frank's Tacos? Well, I said, because I was stupid.
And again, talking about tying you in with Taylor Green, that's what's sort of fascinating about where we are now with college sports is that it now takes guys like you and John Tyson and others that, if Arkansas is going to compete nationally, Frank, you got to have you kind of folks.
You got to have people help.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. And as
Listen, not just nationally. If you're going to compete,
yeah,
I mean that's where we are right now because even the UCF needs money for them.
Look at Ole Miss. I think it's the greatest example of a state not considered rich.
Yeah.
But I think what they've got going in Ole Miss is they've got a whole lot of. I mean, thousands and thousands of people are giving small amount.
Yeah.
That sometimes in Arkansas they don't make it real easy for a person to give $500.
Yeah.
Which could be meaningful if you had $1,500,000.
Right.
But they don't make it easy for people to participate because they don't really know how to do that. They think, well, I can't afford to give whatever, and that's the truth.
Yeah.
But I think in Mississippi, what I've heard is, if you're 50,000 of them coming to a football game, there's 40,000 of them are contributing.
Yeah. Well,
not big amounts, but it all adds up.
And also they have a coach. I think the big difference, and I mean I know you all have ties to the university, so I'll say it. They have a coach they believe in, and that's like Lane Kiffin is as good of a coach as Ole Miss could hope for. I mean when they got him, that's as big of a name as they could get, and it really does matter who is in charge of the programs. That directly relates to how much money people get because it's you have to sell the program, and I mean, you can sell Lane Kiffin pretty easily. Also for basketball for Ole Miss, you can sell Chris Beard pretty easily. Those are as good of coaches.
You know what?
As Ole Miss
and
can hope for.
Josh, it's a great point. Sorry to interrupt, but it just that's exactly how we can sell Courtney Deifel. We can sell Van Horn. You can sell that. You know what I mean? You can sell that.
Yeah, and the problem is, to me at least, in football, they don't have somebody up top that everybody believes in financially, at least to me.
It's crazy, Frank. It used to be, though, in this day in the college sports, a guy like you could not do what you were doing with Taylor Green. Now, you talk about relationships with coaches. We've talked about John Tyson and Cal. That doesn't happen if John Tyson is not buddies with Cal. That's it, Frank. If you're not buddies with Bobby Petrino,
that's right.
There's a good chance Bobby Petrino's not back here, and he's not got his quarterback Taylor Green. So it's a lot of times it's about, again, Josh, you're right. A lot of times it's can those coaches inspire? And you've already said that Cal's he's already trying to reach out to you now. Even though you said, "Hey, listen, I'm happy helping Bobby."
I'm a football guy.
He's going to make the pass, though.
Helping him too, but he could be Bill Clinton. For me. That's how smooth he is. When you winning, you got to get to the winning. But winning makes people want to give,
right?
And losing makes people want to draw back. And it's how do you get up the mountain to start with? But like when you're winning, everybody wants to be on that team.
Sure, you bet.
It's like you're right about the coach at Mississippi. They are winning, but when they took him on, he had a lot of baggage. He came with a lot of baggage, but he turned out to be fantastic. He got rid of the baggage, and I think, turned into be one of the most exciting coaches. But a lot of schools would not hire him because of the past record.
And he's winning. He's exciting. He's fun. He's being successful.
He's young.
Yeah.
He relates to the players. I mean, he's doing a great job.
Did want to say, speaking of Frank and Bobby Petrino and Taylor Green, July 24th is the countdown to kickoff over at the Hall. So go to the Buzz website to get your tickets. There is going to be a VIP opportunity on the backside to do some pictures with Taylor and Bobby. And they're actually practicing. They've got practice during the summer.
Yeah. I'm picking them up from practice. I'm going to be there and they're going to come with whatever they got on at practice. So that's how close we are at time. You really want to come to this event because David is going to talk to Talon, and I hope we're bringing a running back. I know Coach Petrino's coming, but they're going to be on stage right in front of you with question and answers, and I'm sure they'll take pictures and
you also have a couple of other Bobby's players back in the day. Niall Davis was one of the best running backs that Bobby, I think, had. Went up having a nice career with Kansas City for a while. And then Casey Dick. Do you remember Casey Dick's last pass of his career, Frank, what he did?
No, I don't remember.
It was Bobby. I don't know if we have that in the system, Roger. It was the last pass of his career against LSU in Little Rock. There was only 3 seconds, I think 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. We could have kicked the field goal, I think, to tie it, but Petrino decides to call a play, and so it's either touchdown and we win or incompletion and we lose. And Casey Dick throws it to, remember who it was? Raj, who the receiver was, who caught the ball in the corner of the end zone. I think it was the same place where the Miracle on Markham took place. It was London Crawford. So that was, I just remember that, we beat LSU, which we don't beat very much, and that was, I think it was Bobby's first year.
Let's see if this is it. Wait, was it Miracle on Markham 2?
It is.
The most important thing is to get the first down. Don't worry about the clock. Just get the right play called. Needs less than a yard. He's going for it all. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It is caught by Arkansas. London Crawford comes down with the ball. And with 21 seconds left to play.
It's 21 seconds.
The extra point will probably give Arkansas a win. Still 20 seconds, 21 seconds left. What a comeback by the senior in his final game, Casey Dick. And a brilliant call by offensive coordinator Paul Petrino. Heck, let's go for the whole thing. 4th and 1, they're not expecting the bomb. But you got Casey Dick throwing a perfect strike.
That was a perfect throw by Casey Dick. And the guy, he went through all the stuff with Houston and all that, so it was good to see him in the deal. But I forgot about Paul Petrino being the offensive coordinator under Bobby. But it was a great pass. And I think it was in the same corner as
I think you may be right.
The Miracle on Markham.
In mind's eye, it seems like it was there.
Let's take a break. We'll come back. Zippy, all the deals that are happening today go all the way through Monday.
That's correct.
5,000 to 15,000, right?
That's right. Employee pricing plus rebates. So you got everything's got employee pricing but the heavy duties and Wagoneers, but we got a huge discount on those. But I got 2 Compasses that I can do up to $5,000 off, $15,000 off my Ram Laramie 1500s, and $8,000 off Wranglers. We got employee pricing on these Grand Cherokees, like that Summit Reserve you were talking about.
Yeah, awesome.
Huge discounts.
Frank, going back to the countdown to kickoff, that's going to be the only chance you get a chance, really, probably to hear in that kind of setting from Bobby Petrino and Talon Green. There's just not many opportunities to get.
I don't know how many seats y'all going to have to sell, but it's going to be standing room only.
Yeah, listen, it's a great opportunity. We'll continue to promote that. They're all, like I said, our VIP tickets. If you want to take advantage of it, just go to the Buzz website, and you'll find out. You'll get the information there. Little Cherokee.
We'll go out with a
Cherokee
little bit
people.
Cherokee copper.
We do this out of honor to Tommy Norman.
That's right.
Who was eating the other night with Double R and Carrie in his life, Rosalind, over at River Road Steakhouse.
My new car manager saw, and he looked back, and he says, "This is my uncle."
That's right.
Tommy Norman.
He was in the corner. He sure was. I'm glad about that. How crazy is that?
He said, he told us, so whoever he was with, I won't know anybody here. He knows everybody.
Isn't that funny? Some people said they want to know, they want to get the information on the guy who said he's jumped 390 times. Because they were trying to do the math to go,
I think it's Jeffrey Kimbrell's is his name.
Can we ask him real quick?
He didn't balk on it. I mean,
no, this is a true statement.
That's what I said. The question is, how do you do that? Because you have to be doing like 3 every. I mean, I don't know how he did it so fast.
Sure.
Unless the minute he dropped, there's another plane taking off or whatever.
Hey, we got professional soccer players here. We got skydivers.
On your sales staff?
Yes. Frank Fletcher here. I mean, it's happening.
And Justin Moore will join us here in just a few minutes, too. Got to play a little Finish the Lyric as well. Don't go away. It's 7:45 here at Fletcher Dodge.
Cherokee people, Cherokee tribe, so proud you live, so proud you die.
Hey
everybody, if you're looking for something fun to do with your significant other, I got to recommend Oaklawn. I know live racing is over, but there's so much to do. Just start with the casino alone. 24/7 smoke-free casino, 1,500 slots, live table games, blackjack, roulette, craps, and more. It's a great time for sure. And then great restaurants, the Bugler and the Oak Room and Bar. And if you want to go to those places, you get free valet. Excellent food, great atmosphere. You got to check those two out. And great headliner entertainment at Oaklawn. Frankie Valli Songbook, Loverboy, Righteous Brothers, Brett Michaels, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Whitney Cummings, just to name a few. But you got to go to Oaklawn.com to get all the details on all this. A great hotel room, a great spa session at the Astral Spa. That's all happening at Oaklawn, right around the corner from all of us. You got to check it out. Make sure you go to Oaklawn.com for all the details. And starting back up at Oaklawn, their pool party. Next one up, Saturday, June 28th. Remember, all of this is at Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Let's go shopping at RussellHonda.com. Check out the newly redesigned Honda Civic, or for something with enough room for you and your future soccer stars, the newly redesigned Honda Passport. Right now, get into a 2025 Honda Accord SE CVT for as little as $466 per month, or a Honda CR-V LX for $470 per month. At Russell Honda, Honda dependability, Honda economy, Honda performance, and Honda style, all waiting for you at RussellHonda.com.
Get ready, Arkansas! Amplify Fest is coming back August 8th and 9th in Benton. Don't miss an unforgettable weekend with live performances by Matthew West and Switchfoot, along with Lecrae and Maverick City Music. You'll also hear an uplifting message of hope from Nick Holmes. Performances by Charity Gale, Terrian, Gio, Jamie McDonald, plus America's Got Talent winner, illusionist Dustin Tavella. Fun for the whole family with an expanded kids zone and great food. Reserve your free tickets now at AmplifyFest.org.
Congo Fireplace and Patio is having a huge 4th of July blowout sale. Save hundreds of dollars on the best selection and best quality of outdoor furniture in the state. Choose from over 100 brand name collections, dining sets, seating groups, bar sets, chaises, and gliders in stock and ready to go. And now everything is up to 50% off. Plus, Congo has a great selection of built-in grills, pellet smokers, and fire pits. Family owned and operated since 1920. Shop local and feel the difference. Congo Fireplace and Patio, I-30 Benton.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we are proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
You're gonna stand there and tell me you don't have no whistling bungholes, no spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts, cherry bombs, nipsy daisers, or one single whistling kitty chaser?
But Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore does, just 4.5 miles west on Colonel Glenn past the Rave Theater. Torpedo Joe's is West Little Rock's go-to place for fireworks, including commercial show quality cakes and artillery shells, a 10% off discount for Buzz listeners, as well as military, fire, police, and EMTs. And yes, Torpedo Joe's Fireworks Superstore is air-conditioned.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Morning Mayhem has teamed up with Moe's Southwest Grill to deliver lunch to one hardworking office each week. Register your office to win at 1037thebuzz.com. One office each week will get a catered lunch for up to 15 people delivered by our friends at Moe's Southwest Grill and hosted by Roger and Baz. To learn more about Moe's Catering, email moescatering@moesar.com.
Let's keep the good vibes going. Morning Mayhem is back on the air. Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
Oh, some good jam right there, man. That might have been in Boogie Nights, Roger. I don't know if it did or not.
I ain't got there yet, but
it is. Okay, it is.
I'm going to watch that this weekend if I can finish it up, if my mother-in-law and my wife will go shopping.
We are here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They're doing deals from now until Monday, $5,000 to $15,000 off. It's a lot. We've got our man down in Destin, Florida, Justin Moore, jumping on with us now. Good morning, Justin. See if we
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm on the bus right now.
Oh, you're on the bus. Okay, you going to play tomorrow?
Well, I'm playing tonight, tomorrow,
rather,
and then I got 3 shows in a row. So
Gotcha. A couple things here. Let's hit some D3 Auto Sales text line. And we've got to play a little Finish the Lyric, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, the #1 power sports dealer in Arkansas. Now, Justin, we can do it recorded, or we may have you do one live if you want to. Just sing a verse and stop, and then see if somebody can get it. So we've got that coming up. But these are some of our text messages. That's for Rick. Rick, he can do it.
No.
Frank says someone says I saw Taylor got engaged. And you told me the other day that Taylor had gotten engaged. He told me,
Taylor got engaged. Well, if y'all are going to talk about it, I guess.
Somebody must have seen on social media.
He got engaged this last weekend in Dallas, I guess near his home. And I said, Taylor, there's something bad could happen here. He goes, what do you mean? I go, she could say no. So he texted me Sunday and said she said yes.
He's such a good guy, good young man. Here's one. This is from David Workman, Roger, who has got Connect Services Solutions in Sheridan, which is a national company, and we've done the show there. He's called you, Frank.
Yeah, we've got a great conversation.
He's gotten into horse racing now. He said, first of all, he says Connect Services Solutions is going to be a $2,500 sponsor for the Kickoff to Countdown event. So he'll be there that night. And what did I say?
You said kickoff to countdown.
Countdown to kickoff. Close. Hey, all the words were there. They just have to be rearranged. But what's crazy, Frank? He's got a horse today at Churchill, just like you do. His horse is in the 7th race. The horse is named Good Lord, and yours is in the what race is your horse running?
We're in the 10th race of Almost Gone Rocket.
Okay, so you guys will be. He won't be there in person, but you will be. But David's a great guy, Roger. He comes to.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
David's a great guy. Yeah, we appreciate his friendship and his support. Over the last several years, for sure. Thank you, David, and good luck today. And you hope, when you hear that horse coming, that the announcer is going, and good Lord!
Someone says here, you should call this segment Frank Fletcher Academy. He says, I'm going to work, but I think I'd make more money tomorrow if I cancel work and listen to Frank Fletcher today. Great stories. That's from Wade Brock. So, Justin, we just had a sort of – somebody else said it was a business masterclass from Frank today.
That was fantastic.
Y'all are too kind.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a reason you're in the Arkansas Business Hall of Fame. Justin, Adu Theroux goes to the L.A. Lakers last night. I said that would probably be something that Cal would love. So I guess, Al, how many Lakers has Cal had of his players? He had was it Anthony Davis? Is that who he had? How many players has Cal had?
He had Davis. Anthony Davis.
Maybe that's it.
I had to think about it.
You say number 1 overall? Is that what you said?
No, I was just saying that how many players has Cal had that have wound up notable Lakers?
Julius Randle was a Laker.
Gotcha.
I'm trying to think. At least somebody else a guard too, I think.
It is interesting. That's another. Of course, he's not an Arkansan, but you have Austin Reeves, who's an Arkansan, and Derek Fisher, who are Arkansans in there. So 661-1037. We were talking. Somebody said I was at Miracle on Markham 2. A guy sitting beside me said Casey Dick is going to throw a touchdown to London Crawford to win the game, and it actually happened. That was from Chris. So that was listen. At that time, that we didn't know what was going to be, what Bobby Petrino was going to be like, and it ended up, we had an okay year that year, but it was great to finish on that kind of note. So Casey Dick will be at this countdown to kickoff, and Casey Dick was also, Roger, what was he also best known for?
A block.
Yeah. He was a guy, Frank, remember, against LSU?
For us, he was anyway, yeah.
The previous year against LSU, the triple overtime game, when McFadden goes down there, McFadden points. He realizes he's getting ready to be caught. And Casey Dick
follows D-Mac down as best he can.
Isn't he involved with the Fayetteville High School?
He is. That was the next thing I was going to say. Excellent coach, excellent high school coach, and they're lucky to have him.
Taylor Green went over and met him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
and threw a bunch, threw balls to their receivers, and Taylor said it was really wonderful talking to him. and Taylor really enjoyed it. They just got a bunch of their receivers, and that must have been fun. Taylor was just throwing one ball after the next, and those guys were going out catching it.
Yeah, that's what's cool about having Casey and Taylor at this event on July 24th. Got about a minute and a half left. What does everybody need to know about this weekend, Zippy?
So we've done it. They did it last month. They did employee pricing. This month we did employee pricing plus rebates. So a couple things. You got 72 months at 1.9, which is a standalone program on the Rams. And you got a 72 months at 3.9 plus rebates. You can do $10,000 off plus 72 months at 3.9 on our half-ton Rams. I've got 2 Compasses right now, which is our most inexpensive vehicle. $5,000 off. I got 2 of those.
Those are SUVs.
Yeah, those are SUVs. Get 36 miles to a gallon. There's a lot of riding. You can finally get a new car, under $400 a month. Nothing down.
Yeah. I mean, when you're talking $15,000 off, $10,000 off, you're serious business.
It's business, and here's the deal: we don't have $15,000 in markup. We need the manufacturer's help to do that.
Yeah.
Now we got a Fletcher discount that we get way below. But we need the manufacturer to help us get to that point, because I've had buddies, y'all got $15,000 markup? No. We got a manufacturer that has rebates and different programs that help us get there. Like the Grand Cherokee, this big money off, that is a manufacturer's program, but then we do a discount on top of that. Now, on these Compasses, if you do employee pricings, it's only $2,000, but I got 2 special ones that were service loaners. So if you buy a new car from us or a pre-owned car, and you're getting your car worked on, we try to our best of our ability to give you a car to drive, and it's always a new car. So we discount those down. And then pre-owned, I've got probably the best pre-owned selection of trucks and SUVs that we've had in a long time. So if you go, man, I can't afford a new one, they're too expensive. We got pre-owned four-wheel drives with 20,000 miles for $30,000.
Man knows his stuff.
You should see me with. I had the pressure on me trying to get an Uber the other day that Frank could fit in. I thought that's all for sure. We're going to get an Uber the other day. And Frank knows every vehicle too. All right, don't go away. It's 8:00 here.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
For all you parents and grandparents, I have huge news for you. Summerwood Sports, the state-of-the-art sports complex located right off Highway 5 in Bryant, is now offering 2 summer camps for grades 3 through 7 this summer. Campers will not only get to participate in sports, games, movies, and more, but will also receive lunch along with a daily devotional each day. Camps run June 9th through the 12th and July 14th through the 17th. So don't wait. Sign up today. For more details, click on summerwoodsports.com.
The Zone Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by Jim's Razorback Pizza with 2 locations, Highway 10 past Taylor Loop and just off the Morgan Mall Mill exit.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
You have a problem? Turn off your station.
103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The plans to turn a once thriving water park into a vibrant entertainment district in North Little Rock have come to a halt. In 2022, Malley Construction first presented plans to turn the former Wild River Country Water Park at the intersection of I-430 and I-40 into an entertainment hub. Mayor Terry Hartwick said that $25 million transformation is now at a standstill. No building permits have been filed and the site has sat untouched for over a year. Mayor Hartwick says he met with the owners of Malley Construction about a month ago and was given no explanation for the pause in work. The Department of Finance and Administration has a warning about another scam. Scammers are sending texts claiming to be with the DMV. They say you have a final notice on a traffic ticket, and if you don't pay, your vehicle registration and driving privilege will be canceled. As a reminder, the state won't send you any texts about traffic tickets, so if you get one, ignore it. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Anywhere in the state, dial 888-8888 for Rainwater Holton Sexton. They'll help you weather the storm.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 are high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight, warm and muggy, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in each week when Susan Irwin Prowl shares her Keys to the Weekend music events calendar with Justin and DJ. Brought to you by Willie D's and Big Red Dog Productions. Big Red Dog Productions is your gateway to music excellence in Central Arkansas and beyond. Visit entertainersguide.com to see the weekly calendar and submit your shows.
Hey folks, it's David Bazzel out here at Fletcher Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. Last month's Employee Pricing Plus program was a huge success, so they're doing it again in June. Employee pricing means you pay what they pay, and you'll get all the rebates too. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing, no gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only Fletcher Dodge has discounts up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off, and new Jeep Compass for only $379 a month, and that's with no money down. And you don't have to worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-qualified in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you'll get the best price, lowest finance rates, and more for your trade. For the best buying experience, go see my friends at Fletcher Dodge, Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood, or you can shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
They're back. That's right. Steak Burger Friday is back at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse. $12 gets you an amazing huge steak burger with all the fixings, delicious steak fries, and a drink. I'll see you this Friday starting at 11 for lunch at the Butcher Shop, but get there early.
At Mosquito Joe, we're constantly looking for ways to make your outdoor experience better. That's why we always use the latest technology.
Technology? To get rid of bugs?
Well, most mosquito treatments only eliminate mosquitoes that are around when it's applied. But did you know, at Mosquito Joe, we use products that are microencapsulated, so they continue to work for weeks after our technician leaves your property.
Now that's pretty cool.
Yeah, at Mosquito Joe, we love making outside fun again. Advanced products, top quality service, and all done with a satisfaction guarantee.
Visit arkansas.mosquitojoe.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. 60% off in-stock patio furniture, 50% off pool toys and floats, and 20 to 30% off Ledge Lounger furniture, cornhole sets, and lace pillows. 10 to 20% off all pool and spa chemicals, 10% off Pentair pool equipment, and how about free charcoal for a year with the purchase of a big green egg. It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale going on now through July 3rd at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville.
Summer is here, so it's time to get out and experience the natural state. And there's no better way than in a new Hyundai from Chris Crane Hyundai in Conway, where they say yes to new Hyundais loaded with technology for less per month than your cell phone bill. You'll get America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles, and Hyundai Assurance. You've got to check it out.
Right now, get financing as low as 2.99% and new Elantras as low as $24,410 at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway. WACC, whatever details.
The Zone will be on location at Bradford Marine and ATV in Hot Springs Monday for their 4th of July firecracker sale. Boat prices have been slashed. Tracker, Nitro, Ranger, Tahoe, and Sun Tracker pontoons have been drastically reduced. Shop for your new boat online at bradfordmarine.com.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
Please.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
The Moretti's!
No! Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
They're below or above the Navy?
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
Smart ass.
For next week, July 4th. Justin Moore's on his bus headed to, I believe, St. Louis, Missouri to perform tonight. Is that right, Justin? Do we still have you? Justin said traveling on the bus, he said the tie line has been giving him problems, so he may be in and out. We're here at Fletcher Dodge, end of the month sales. We heard Zippy a few minutes ago talking about all the things that are happening here between now and next week. And then if you missed it, if you want to hear the master class of Frank Fletcher going through business class 101, go back to the 7:30 hour. It is.
I like to listen. You had that piece of paper in your pocket when that lady told you about buying those lamps back, and you pulled it right out.
I pulled it out and I also sent it to every vice president of Walmart.
Yeah, no. That's
the other thing I was going to say, I was talking about that Uber as we were going to break real quick. Is that I was referencing when we were in Memphis, we decided not to rent a car, and so we were doing Uber. Well, every time I've done Uber, there's always been like a black mode, which is the giant SUV. So I thought for sure I'll just get the black XXXL. Well, it never showed up. So I'm thinking, oh, man, you got to be kidding me. We got 6 people. Got Frank Fletcher's a big guy. Got all this luggage. So I get the double XL.
Frank's got to sit in front.
He's got to sit in front.
He's got to be able to
And
stretch.
then luckily, as Frank said, you said Rogers is small enough with Jessica.
That's what I said. I didn't take it as a bad
Jessica and Judy.
Yeah. Well, I had 3 people in a seat made for 2.
So damn it! What was it? What was that vehicle?
Sit in his lap.
Yeah, it was a. I've sold thousands of these. It was a Toyota or something, wasn't it? Right?
Toyota Highlander, and it had 3 seats in it, and I thought it had about a 2 feet space, and they got 9 suitcases in there. I don't know how they did it.
That was a fun time. We got RJ Hawk here. Josh, if you can.
Oh, here we go.
Of many talents, play-by-play broadcaster, real estate agent, and now a state legislator. It's time to talk all things Arkansas with R.J. Hawk, presented by Natural State Wholesale, proudly trusted by major manufacturers all over the world for 25 years. Go see the Flooring King, Don Gresham, at Natural State Wholesale.
And, of course, Don will be with Tyler Kent Saturday night in downtown Little Rock in the River Market. I'll be there Saturday night.
He's got a new album now, right?
He does. Got a new song out. Justin Moore was commenting on that yesterday. Dance Like a Cowboy. Really good stuff. He's releasing more of his work. But I know Don over at Natural State loves Tyler's been a big supporter.
Yeah.
And how you doing, buddy?
Man, been good. You know, summertime, and we just wrapped up our softball season. Diamondbacks finished 5th state tournament. And so
Frank, that's his daughter's. How old is she?
She turns 8 next month. And so yeah.
How many people, Roger, have we been around that have kids that are playing in these leagues?
Count them today?
Yeah,
700.
I mean, it's just everywhere.
Yeah, you know, we traveled all over the state playing softball, Frank, since I guess we started back at late February, and we wrapped it up last weekend. So, yeah, we're done now. We get to enjoy the summer and try to sell some houses.
Well, that's what we talked about with Jeremy and Andrea yesterday. They go up north today to finish out their state championship, and in 2 weeks turn around and they got football started.
You talking about from Luxury Pool and Spa?
Correct.
Yeah, so Jeremy's great. In fact, Jeremy, you know, he replaced the pool pump at my house, but when I called him, he was doing a baseball tournament in Branson, and
he's on the go all the time.
Got it done. So
now, Frank, we were talking about RJ. RJ was listening.
Yeah.
And you made the comment. We were talking about Razorback athletics, and you said, you know, maybe Ole Miss does a better job. If you look at their NIL program, they got a lot more volume. It's paying smaller amounts, and we've struggled with that.
Yeah.
And you said it's difficult to get people to be able to have opportunities. Well, RJ goes, we
got the raffle now.
So
you can do as little as $10.
So that's one way of people.
But I understood what he was saying. Like, if you just want to give in general,
they don't make it
without having to have a raffle involved, things like that, it's really hard.
Well, I mean, the raffle is a miracle.
Yeah.
I give you 1,000% credit. I know it's hard for you to do.
Yeah.
You fought like hell to get that done. But that is a way everybody can contribute.
Right.
By the way, did you know, and I know we've talked about it a couple times, that raffle the very first one set a national collegiate record for most money raised in one raffle.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Any
school in the country, any sport.
That's great.
Yeah.
And then the second one broke the old record.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it's been very successful.
Now, what do you think? Now, football is the one where you would think you would have major numbers.
Yeah.
So what was the one for baseball? What was it?
It got up to 230,000, I think it was.
So the university, that's half of that.
Yeah.
So if that's 230.
No, it was 280 because the guy that won, he got $140,000.
So if that's 280,000, what do you think the number might be for football?
Well, I mean, it's hard to tell, but there's more eyeballs on football. There's more people interested in football. I think it also depends on how well they do, right? Like, I think the first, I would say
Notre Dame.
The Notre Dame game
should have a gazillion dollars.
Like the first, 3 or 4 games, I think that you're going to see some big numbers. But I think you'll see that raffle depending on how the season goes.
Sure, I agree.
Go up and down.
But think about this: if you got 280,000 from baseball, if you early in the season you got Notre Dame coming, I would think 300 to 500,000 gross. I would think
that would be big.
Which the university would get $250,000 in the.
I mean, that's a lot.
I know. And the winner gets 250,000.
I mean, think about that. The guy that won the very first raffle, and he was at the game, right?
Yeah.
So he bought a ticket at the game. He from El Dorado drove up to watch the Razerback play baseball. Went home with a $140,000 check. I mean,
I know.
And I think he was reporting he spent like $100 in tickets.
Nice.
And did that.
Well, yesterday one of the reasons we're talking about the topics, you had the new GM. Remy Cofield speak for the first time, and I love it that Josh said the first question was, "What is it? What do you do?" What is your
How's it been, and what's your job? All right.
What's your job? Because nobody really knows, and really it's been in secret. He's been in the dark.
there for how long?
When was it? Looks like it doesn't say what year.
I thought I read it.
April 1. April 1. He joined April 1.
Yeah.
So, and now every school has one of these GMs. And to me, Frank, again,
and we're behind. We're behind.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm the old school guy, get off my yard, get off my lawn. Is that it's like, well, we don't even just have an athletic director anymore. We got another layer now we got to deal with another administrator that we don't know.
We got to fire some of these people because we need to hire more people to do this.
So does he replace like the
here's what the coaches tell me is happening, though. A guy will call up and he'll go, I'm John Smith. I'm representing XYZ, and we got a chance to go to LSU. Can you match that? And they don't even know this guy, John Smith, if he really is representing somebody.
Yeah.
So the parents will call up and say they're so-and-so, not the parent. They're representing so-and-so. So it's just overwhelmed the coaches.
Yeah.
So somebody has to field those calls and negotiate with these people.
Well, and what I like is that he's doing it for all sports. It's not just the football or basketball team. And he said it, I believe, in his press conference that he's trying to find ways to maximize NIL dollars for softball or for gymnastics. It's across the board to try to bring in the most quality athletes for every sport.
I do think it's interesting, Frank, going back to you again, how we talked about John Tyson and what his relationship with Cal. Look at your relationship with Bobby Petrino and now with Taylon Green. You look now, you're starting to see this pop up all over the country. The guy at Texas Tech who sold his company for $4 billion. He single-handedly made Texas Tech the #1 transfer portal team in terms of
Not single-handedly. He had some help. The Matador Club is very, very, very strong.
But, Josh, I mean,
one donor can't make it all happen. Is Ohio State one donor? Is Texas one donor?
I'm just going to give you an example. You think John Tyson made a difference for one sport?
But basketball and football are different. Basketball, there's only 15 guys on the roster. There's like 9 scholarships?
I'll give you a scale, Josh. So the average price for the softball player, the best softball player in the country, was $300,000, $250,000. He just decided. He said, I want to make the softball girl at Texas Tech, I want to make her the first millionaire. So he completely skews the deal, Frank. Yep. It kicks it from $250,000 to $1 million, and then gave her another $200,000 on top of that. So I don't know.
Not for every sport, though. It's only one player.
What I'm just saying, if he's doing that for that's right.
Principle as coaches driving coaches' salaries up.
Same deal. I'm just saying too that I promise you, if he's doing that for softball, he's probably doing more than the average person would be doing that at the other schools. I mean, he's a difference maker because he's a billionaire, Frank. I mean, that's just the way it is. And listen, people can do what they want to with their money. It's so funny now.
That's what you're saying. If he's doing it for softball, he's giving
That's
football
what,
and basketball.
You would think that he would be.
Sure.
But what's so funny, I can remember back when I played, you couldn't even have this conversation. Yeah. You couldn't even that somebody could contribute to.
Unless you were Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, listen, that's right. You actually talked, Frank, is that your strategy on this, and everybody's figuring out a way to do it, is you basically made Talon an employee of yours. I mean, which
he's
not against the rules.
He's an advertising agent for Fletcher Auto.
Yeah, how about that? I mean, everybody's trying to maneuver their way through this thing, and it's just.
Does he get an insurance plan on that?
I'll tell you what, I have a one-page contract with Talon, and the ones I had before with other people were 25 pages. You got to call them a week ahead of time, and ours is a one-page deal approved by his father.
I know that we did that. I know with Family Markets or Big Red at the time, when they had some of theirs, it's a one-page deal. And, of course, it's got, not for lack of a better term, more convoluted. They're just more entailed in it now.
Yeah.
But that's to your point. The point I was making was that if these payrolls for football teams are as big as everybody's saying, I mean, it can't be one or two people. If they're $40-50 million payrolls, well, it's going to have to be more than one person taking the money.
But I'm just saying, one guy like that who
can make a difference, yes, but can't fund the team.
That's right, but he can make Texas Tech a player pretty darn quickly versus somebody that wasn't willing to pay maybe $2 million, $3 million of the $10 million. I think their budget for transfer portal, I think I read, was $10 million. $10 million. So he may have said that I'll do $2 or $3 million of that. I did want to say real quick too. I wanted Justin. Let's see if Justin's still there on the bus. Justin, you still there?
For now.
Okay, so in RJ, we talked about this stat earlier. I didn't realize this, but we were looking at Talon Green's numbers last year. He completed last year 3,756 yards of total offense. And we thought he had a pretty good year. I thought, of course, he didn't win as many games as he wanted to, but Frank, he actually was second in the history of U of A in total yards, total offense. The only guy that had more total offense in any history of the Razorbacks was Ryan Mallett, school's record in 2010. And that was about 500 more. And, of course, that was more passing. So I was surprised. Are you surprised to hear that?
I'm shocked. But that's a Bobby Petrino offense.
That is true. I mean, of course, remember he got hurt. It was right after the A&M game. He couldn't run at all the A&M game. They shut him down because we couldn't block anybody. And they didn't run much against Tennessee, and we still found a way to win. So he had several games on there where they purposely, were not running him. And so the other part, too, that we talked about over in Memphis, Frank, you're right. We beat UAPB 70-0. We somehow lose to Oklahoma State. We come back and beat UAB. We beat Auburn, and we were in the game against A&M. Of course, we win Tennessee the following week. So really, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You really have a chance to be 6-0.
I mean, the Oklahoma State and the Texas A&M games, if you relook at those or remember, those are wins that we should have had. And we would not that would have made a whole lot of difference, but if we'd been 5-0, we'd have had the confidence, I think, is at least half of the game.
Yeah.
I know it is with a horse. Horse knows he wins. Horse knows he loses. He wins all the time. He's ready to win. Yeah. He loses all the time. He likes to lose.
I agree with that.
And you've got a horse racing today at Churchill Downs.
A real thing.
10th race
today.
Yeah, there's no question it is.
Well, as Razorback fans, we are always just waiting for the bottom to fall out too. So we go 5-0. We're going, geez. What are we doing?
Since we do have folks in here who have kids. I saw this study today. It said, and RJ, you can come on this. Rogers or Grandpa. Frank, maybe you can. Zippy, you got kids too, and Justin certainly can. So they did this study, and it says they've asked parents, and it says it takes parents 2.4 days to recover from traveling with the family. So, in other words, 71% of parents say they do need almost another vacation to recover from their vacation.
100%. We just went to Orange Beach. Like, I would agree 1,000%. Because you're just taking the chaos to another location that everybody's not familiar with, right? And so, we love going on vacation, doing all that. But, yeah, so Bree and I are looking to go on a like a trip, just the two of us at the end of the summer.
A date night.
Yeah, well, but like in Cancun, like, somewhere not here because
Well, you don't have the kids because it's exhausting.
Well, yeah, I mean, because you're chasing them around. They want to go to the go-kart land and or the pool, and we got a pool at the house. Why are we doing that?
The funny thing is, we started getting pictures yesterday from Kate Moore, and it showed Justin. They're down in Destin. Showed him in their condo on the beach, Frank, and it's got Justin on the floor, and he's looking into this vent.
First of all, he tore the hell out of the vent.
He looks. You can tell he's ripping. He's ripping the vent apart because he can't get it off.
Yeah.
And Justin,
He doesn't have an Allen
Would you like to? He was trying. Justin, would you like to tell us what happened yesterday in your condo down there, your house, rather not your condo, it's your house in Destin.
Yeah, just somehow I'm like an idiot. I mean, this is stuff that happens to me. Then I bring it on myself. I dropped my phone in a floor vent, and it went down probably, I don't know.
Wait, where was this?
8 feet, 10. I mean, it was,
The vent. The vent.
where I
The
was doing
floor.
the show from.
The vent is in the floor. The vent and the vent is It's right next to a staircase too. Anyway, you wouldn't think it would
tore the hell out of that thing.
I had to go to Home Depot to get like a trash grabber to get it. You know what I'm talking
Look
about?
what he did that
I'm using a 4-iron and a trash grabber.
Hey, wait, now let me ask you this. Did you not pick up an Allen wrench while you were there so you didn't have to tear up? Did you buy a new vent?
It wasn't an Allen wrench. It was like a square kind of deal.
He said he's never seen one like it.
Yeah, well, you didn't take it off.
It was just
before you-
unreal.
How long did it take you to get the phone? And first of all, how did the phone fall over there against the wall like that, go down the vent?
I'm just holding it, and it just fell out of my hand.
Stan, what are you doing over there so close to the wall?
He said it just fell out. He said he couldn't find
that's
it.
the only area that I can do the show from.
Yeah, so he had to plug
like
it
in
over
my
there.
house where I'm not waking everybody up. Yeah.
So
I
Justin,
had to
how long?
plug my tie line up over there. Probably
How long
took. I mean, all said and done, couple hours.
Get the little
maddening.
I know.
It's the kind of stupid stuff that happens to me.
Your kids will always.
It took you 2
remember that
hours?
story. Yeah, he couldn't get it out. It was way down in there, man.
Rescuing the
I'm telling
Chilean
you,
miners.
It was just like a cylinder, like a whale. I mean, like, I'm kind of. You can't even explain it.
Anyway, your kids will never forget that. They will be laughing so hard about that memory. RJ, I did want to say real quick, that we're having. RJ, I was going to say real quick too that today Jeff Lazier is finishing up my tile thanks to Natural State.
Has this been like a 2-year project?
It has been. I've got the most unique response. You know, he put tile over my wood deck, which is not something you normally do.
Yeah.
And it's been something that they've had more trouble with than anybody else.
Imagine that with you.
I know. They've talked to me. They talked to people across the country. But anyway,
But they're going to finish today.
they're finishing up today and tomorrow. So, but anyway, it's been a year and a half. But I love the tile. The tile. I've been waiting for this for a year and a half to get to this point. And at some point, I'm going to invite. I hadn't even been able to invite Frank and Judy over to my house because I want it to be done.
Yeah.
I want the deck to be done. I want all the things.
Is this the tile that you stole from me whenever
I did?
So Frank, I was flipping a house and I walk in, I see this tile at Natural State Wholesale. I was like, I'm gonna put that in this floor. And Don comes and goes, man, he said, Baz already bought that. And I said, what's he gonna do with it? He said he's gonna put it on his deck. I said, tile on his deck? He said, I don't know. It's a Baz thing. He's gonna tile his deck outside. And
Frank,
so,
you're gonna love it when you see it. But I tell you, Don Grisham's another guy. If you listen to Frank talking earlier, Frank has a system on how he does things to be successful. Don Grisham is the same way. I don't know his business, but he is the #1 tile distributor in America based out of Cabot.
Yeah.
He Frank, for the Home Depots, the Lowe's, he all those groups he provides tile for, and I love those stories. And just like we also said, the Hambies, the Hambies over in Hot Springs. I love the guys here in Arkansas that are doing things as good as anybody in the nation, and Don's one of them.
Yeah, Don's great, and it's not just for contractors. Like anybody can go naturalstatewholesale.com. You can see what they've got in stock. They've got fixtures. They've got the whole warehouse now full of stuff. If you want outdoor patio furniture, but check them out.
The other thing that Don does, like Frank does, is that Don has had good people. He's hired good people that have been with him. He's got a good team. And there's something to be said for, and Zippy, you do it too. I mean, you guys don't have much turnover. You keep the same people. We've had it at the Buzz, Roger. Yeah. I mean, you look at it. I mean, when you can be consistent and have the same people, and of course you have to have good people doing it. You don't want to have bad people that are there but if you have good people that know what to do and know what the standards are, you have a chance to be successful for a long period of time.
Yeah.
I presume that's what you're doing. Get your real estate company now?
Yeah. Well, in fact, I had somebody text. So we're up to 14 agents now at Realty One Group in Bryan.
Very nice. Very nice.
Gonna try to get you guys back out and do another show this summer at some point. But we're up to 14 now, and just things are going good. Looking to acquire another location, Frank, and it's just been really good.
Can you make the announcement about high school that things have changed? That you have in the fall you'll be doing something a little different this time?
Yeah. So I stepped down from doing high school sports on the Buzz.
After how many years you've been doing
weekly? You'll still do championships?
Yeah. Well, I'll do Arkansas PBS stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I did that for 16 years.
Wow.
Randy Rainwater created the high school sports, and you've always said, let's try to take things to the next level, right? Yeah. Touchdown Club, and that's what I try to do every year, and we built that thing to where it was something people enjoyed, and I didn't create it, but Randy was the one that started that thing. Right. I just tried to make it better each time, and it'll be different because Friday night's been something I've done for 16 years, and I love every minute of it, but I guess it's time for somebody else to take the lead on that.
Well, let's be honest, once RJ heard that I wasn't going to be on the sidelines anymore, he said, you know what, it's working with Josh. It's just too much fun. I can't do it.
He doesn't have a headset. He said that once you found out that Josh was not going to be on the sideline anymore, you thought.
That's pretty much what it was. It's bittersweet, but it'll be good, and it'll continue on just like it was.
So I know Frank is a big supporter of RJ. Frank, do you see a prediction that RJ Hawk at some point in the next 10 years will either be running for Congress or be running for governor here in Arkansas? What do you think? You think it'll be one of the two?
I think I think RJ can be whatever he wants to be. RJ has got determination, charisma. He knows how to make people like him. He's effective. Look at what he fought off with the Pine Bluff Casino. Fought off. He turned over hell and back to help the Razerback. And
all schools, really.
He also had to be able to convince his fellow people, legislators. He had to convince them that this is the right thing to do, and it was work. So RJ's future is only what he wants it to be. Yeah. I asked him the other day, why don't you want to be a senator? And he goes, I like what I'm doing. I think I can be effective where I am. And, he's got a plan. He's got a whole life separate from his political life. And I'll tell you what, I'd bet 100% on him, whatever.
I appreciate that. And here's the thing. I spoke the other day at a thing, and it's about what you do in business, and everybody. It's about who you surround yourself with. I tell every time I speak, I talk about the guy that I always get advice from when I do something is Bazzel, right? Like whether it be business or life, and like this high school thing. I called Bazzel the other day. Things have changed a little bit, and he's like, I'm in the middle of something right now. I'll call you back.
Oh my God!
Right now.
I was so mad.
I said, okay, I'll call you back, man. But it's just one of those things that it's just I've learned from listening to you, Frank, and Baz, and Don, and other people. Raj, we've all had trials and tribulations, and you just try to figure out how to get better and move on. And one of the big things that I've always my mama said this, and Baz has said it, is you just don't ever say no. Like, you always take on another. It may not work out, right? And kind of like his business stuff. One
thing I'll say about RJ and Roger, I think you would agree with this. Frank and Zippy, RJ's never afraid to try something. Like, if we're out somewhere over the years when he was a producer and we were stuck out in a farm somewhere and there was this like backhoe over there, RJ go, I'll go figure out how to get it working. He goes over there, he jumps on it, and tries to figure it out. He goes, I think I want to do a T-shirt company. So he starts figuring out. He goes online and figures out how to do a T-shirt company. And he starts like, I'm not that guy to do that. But you're never afraid to try things.
And there's been
challenge yourself.
Look, and somebody asked me the other day. They said, "How did you do?" Like, people bag on you on the radio or whatever. I said I was always the youngest guy at the radio station, and I've always, But you just roll with the punches, and you make positivity out of situations, and that seems like it's always worked for me. And I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I just want to keep growing. But the best thing, I want to make people around me successful and better, and if we can do that, I think we're all better for it. So,
all right. Well, listen, Don Grisham will be Saturday night. We'll be with Tyler Kinch over at Sticky Fingers. It's the new album out for Tyler Kinch. So get out and be a part of that. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a great new song that's really doing well for Tyler. And thanks to Don for sponsoring him and sponsoring you.
Absolutely. And remember, naturalstatewholesale.com if you want to buy flooring, fixtures, ceiling fans. They've got outdoor patio furniture now. So check them out, naturalstatewholesale.com.
Awesome. All right, we'll come back. We'll hear from Danny West to find out how things are going recruiting, Frank. We're battling the Roger, what is it? What song is this?
Football everywhere.
All right, so don't go away. 8:30 here on Morning Mayhem.
I like watching my team, whether it's home or on the road. We are all football fans from many zip codes. So if you're like me, you gotta let them know how you feel.
Live fan feedback on 103.7 The Buzz is powered by Whit Davis Lumber Plus. Whit Davis Lumber Plus, more than a lumber yard.
This is Sports Center.
Not quite the first round, but not too far outside of it for Arkansas forward Adu Thero, who was selected number 36 overall last night by the Los Angeles Lakers. The former Kentucky and Arkansas forward averaged 15 points per game last year on 55% shooting, 26% from beyond the arc, and 69% from the floor. He also averaged 5.8 rebounds per game and 1.9 assists. He joins Arkansas native Austin Reeves out west in L.A. The Arkansas Travelers fell against the Amarillo Sod Poodles last night by a score of 3-4. 3 more games coming up in the series for the Travs. They'll play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 7:05, 7:05, and 6:05 this weekend. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 or high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Tonight, warm and muggy, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
Coming up Friday on Out of Bounds, it's another great Friday show with Steve Sullivan getting the latest updates on Razorback sports. Neil Atkinson from Saracen Casino. We're going to get the latest odds on Bet Saracen, discuss all the specials going on there. And Brian Edwards giving us some wagering options for the weekend. We have UFC 317, Jake Paul fight. We're going to discuss it all. NBA draft second round. It's Out of Bounds Friday, 1 to 4. 103.7 The Buzz.
David Bazzel here for Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry. At Jones & Son, when you shop for an engagement ring, you get the benefit of shopping with the largest selection of rings in Central Arkansas. Jones & Son also carry the biggest brands in the business. At Jones & Son, shop their new collection of Jones & Son branded engagement rings. The Jones & Son rings are high quality at a fraction of the price, also are fully customizable, and they can modify any design to suit your needs. They're a direct diamond importer and import all of their diamonds, so you save money. Jones & Son is located at 11 1121 Rodney Parham Road, and they've been there for over 39 years. The same address and phone number for over 3 decades. Finding the perfect piece of jewelry to match the occasion can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be at Jones & Son Diamond and Bridal Fine Jewelry. Find the right diamonds for that special occasion. Jones & Son invites you to come by or shop with them online at jonesandson.com. Jones & Son is located at 1121 Rodney Parham Road, and they've been there for over 39 years.
HR services should be simple, reliable, and stress-free. As payroll companies merge, the attention to your business can feel less personal and more complicated. At the Payroll Company, we're proudly independent, offering an employee hotline and dedicated payroll specialists who know your business. Get HR services done right, reliable and accessible every time. Because you deserve a payroll partner who puts you first. No mergers, just white glove service you can rely on to help you hire, manage, grow. The Payroll Company. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I'm Stephen Davis, and this is your Travs report for Friday morning. Travs drop a tough one last night in Amarillo, 4-3 in 11 innings. Travs were down 3-0, came back to tie it. Michael Arroyo, one of 2 high-level prospects called up to Double-A by the Mariners at the start of the week, hit his first Double-A homer in the 8th inning to tie the game, but the Travs couldn't quite finish it off, missing some opportunities late, and Amarillo finally got the run in the 11th to win it 4-3. Travs had won going away, though, in the first 2 games of the series. The offense clicking with 11 runs in both Tuesday and Wednesday's games. Arroyo, along with Lazaro Montes, both 20 years old, making an impact early on, lengthening this Traveler lineup as the Travs are off to a 2-1 start in the second half of the season. They're at Amarillo again tonight, 7:05 first pitch. Coverage over on Buzz 2 starts at 6:50. Travs home again next week. Next home game is July 4th, 5:35 start for Independence Day at Dickey-Stevens Park. Again, the Travs fall in 11 last night, but lead the series in Amarillo 2-1. I'm Stephen Davis, and this is your Travs report.
Want to reach the show? Well, give us a call or text at 501-661-1037. Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
All right, 8:37.
I love it. I love it when you come back from break and it's just you laughing, doing the and it's just laughing at something that was previously said, but nobody else has any context about what was said.
I just saw the video from Kate Moore just sent the video that Ella, Justin's daughter, was filming, and Justin is about to pull his hair out, and he's so mad trying to get that darn phone there in the event.
I was losing my mind.
You can't make it up, Justin. I mean, the fact that, like you said, Roger, the vent's so far over to the staircase, you're going, first of all, how in the world did the phone get that far over there? But then it makes sense. He's trying to figure out where to set up the tie line, where but it falls through there, and you think, oh, it's no big deal.
I still think it's a suspect, something else going on.
And you put that little picker-upper thing, it's like 4 feet long. You can put that thing down the whole vent shaft. I mean, it fits down the whole thing. You're trying to, and I don't know how you got the phone out of there. I don't know how you ended up doing it, but
yeah, I had to.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that was literally. I just thought about it. I'm like, because I've got my whole arm in there, and I ain't even halfway down it, and I'm like, I'm gonna. How can I do this? And then I got to thinking about those grabber things.
Is that what did it?
It was so stupid. Like I had to bend it though, because it had fell not straight down. Well, it had fell straight down, and then there was a little section that went under that when I was trying to get it before, I knocked it further back, and so I had to bend the grabber to get it's so stupid. The whole thing is so stupid. I can't even explain it properly.
Well, you did get it. That's the main thing. We're here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. If you've been listening throughout the show, you know that they've got great deals starting today all the way through Monday, $5,000 to $15,000 employee pricing. dealer rebates. I mean, I'm telling you, now's the time to get a good deal. You won't walk off this lot without having a good deal. Zippy will make sure of
I got
it.
a couple Blackstone grills to give away.
And you're giving away grills as well. How about that?
Yes.
If $15,000 is not enough, you're going to throw in a grill there, too.
Well, it's nice. It's summertime. It's the least we can do, honestly.
We got Justin Moore headed down the road on his tour bus to play in St. Louis tonight. Frank will be going to Churchill Downs this afternoon. You've got a horse running in race number 10. Is that right?
Jackie Lackey and I are heading that way.
I just like hearing you say Jackie Lackey. Is Jackie Lackey the same age as you? Is he older or younger or what?
Oh, everybody's younger. Anyway, Jackie Lackey is the funniest man in Arkansas. If you don't know him, he's so funny that he wrote a book about himself.
Did he really?
Yeah, he's got a published hardback book.
You've got to be kidding me.
No.
What's it called?
I took him. Unfortunately, I don't like the name of it. It's Dogtown. He's from North Rock.
Yeah.
And, North Rock used to be called Dogtown. Since I live in North Rock, I resent that.
Yeah.
But it's called Dogtown, USA or
That's
something.
it? Okay.
Anyway, I think it's a boy from Dogtown.
Okay, I got you.
Anyway, it is so funny, though. He talks about Jackie has a wonderful wife, but she's like all wives. She doesn't like him flirting with other girls.
Sure.
So Jackie goes out to Las Vegas and goes downstairs and finds a beautiful blackjack dealer. And so Jackie says, hey, I'm the biggest tipper in America. And the girl said, sit down right here. So Jackie and another guy sit down, and the girl dealt him good hands, and he won several $1,000s. He gave the girl, $1,000. He gave her a lot more money than he was supposed to.
Yeah.
So his wife comes down, and they get away from this girl and go eat. And his buddy said, yeah, Jackie had a great time. He said he won $4,000 or $5,000. I think he gave her $4,000 or $5,000.
Wow.
Boy, she threw a couple of dinner plates across the table.
This is in the book?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good
It's all about
Lord.
all of his
They
escapades. went on I'll just tell one more quick story. He goes on a honeymoon. They both graduated from university. They went on a honeymoon, and Jackie makes a lot of money, and then he goes broke, and then he makes a lot of money, and then he goes broke. He goes on a honeymoon, he doesn't have any money. Well, he had some money, and he met some guys on a honeymoon and was gambling and lost all his money. So then they're in the middle of their honeymoon with no money. So Jackie reads that he can stay at a Holiday Inn for $4.95 if he goes and looks at a condo, and acts like he wants to buy a condo. So he travels around on his honeymoon hunting $4.95 nights at the Holiday Inn.
I just got a text from somebody, by the way, that we said earlier in the show that apparently there have been some cuts at the U of A. 10% of the staff, according to your check yesterday. So I just had somebody text me that there might be some notable people in there. So we're going to try to find out if that's true or not. That might be an interesting thing. I'm going to do that during the break. Hey, I think we got Danny West. Let's check in and find out what's happening with Razorback recruiting, if we can there, Josh.
He's known across the state as the king of recruiting. He's a sea of knowledge when it comes to the future of the Hogs, and he's jumping into the mayhem on the Buzz. From hogsports.com, it's Danny West, presented by HJ Trailer Sales. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or visit them in Hot Springs on Albert Pike.
Good morning, Danny.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Did you hear about those cuts too, Danny?
Yeah, I heard a little bit about that. It's sounds like the initial cuts, Baz, that I think we've been expecting for a while. Of course, this is all a result of the House settlement, obviously, right. and revenue sharing coming about, and we're seeing it across the country. It's not just at Arkansas. You've already seen programs across the country cutting major sports programs, and unfortunately, at some point, you would have to assume that's also going to be the case at Arkansas. But it sounds like these initial cuts may be long-term staff members doing early retirements, just the first stages of what we're getting into here.
Give us what we need to know on recruiting there, Danny. I know this is the end of June, and I guess we get ready to shift to July here, but what do we need to know?
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to make it brief for you guys. I know you got a jam-packed day, but just wanted to pop on. I know I won't be with you next week, Baz. I do want to kind of put a bow on this month of June. Obviously, we're in a dead period now. They've had 4 official visit weekends in a row. That ultimately resulted in about 7 new commitments. They went in with 15, and by went in, I mean summertime. They go into the summertime with 15. Now they're sitting at, well over 20 at 22. I think here in the next week, guys, they're going to push this thing closer to 30 commitments before we even think about getting into fall camp and players reporting. I've never seen anything like it. Now, there's a big difference between me telling you that and telling you it's a top 10 class, because as we know, that quantity, their big jump that they made, they've pretty much paced the league all summer and all spring with their total commitment number. That's helped them stay up in the rankings. Now we're seeing, your typical teams start to move up. They're starting to fill up too. So we're seeing that summer slide a little bit at Arkansas. Can this thing stay in the top 25? Baz, I think it can this year. I think they've got more potential this year to avoid being 30th, 32nd, as we've seen the last 2 years. They've had a pretty good run, and this next week, I think they're probably looking at maybe 4 or 5, maybe up to 6 more commitments.
Danny, I do want to thank HA Trailer Sales for sponsoring Danny each week. I saw a column, I think I sent it to Roger, I sent it to you and Justin and Josh, that was not a positive column in the sense that it talked about Arkansas maybe looking at, for the 3rd straight year, not getting the top players out of the state, or maybe the number 1 player, and maybe this year the top 5. Is that accurate or no?
Oh yeah. We've I had a pretty big story on that same topic yesterday. I would encourage people to check that out.
Maybe it was yours. I read.
Hopefully.
Read the byline, Baz. Come on.
I know.
I'll take credit, even though it may not be. But that's a big topic, Baz. And I finally sat down this really over the last couple weeks and just really gave all my thoughts on it. Nobody asked me for my opinion. I try to stay neutral on these, but every now and then I see things get a little bit crazy, and I felt like, it's not my job to defend anybody, but I felt like people need to know that right now in the state, Baz, you've got a lot of big fish, small pond mentalities, and with that, and with our rankings, you see a lot of these kids, their asking price is it's ridiculous right now, to be honest with you. And so Sam Pittman's got a choice to make. He does have limited funds. At some point, the funds are limited. There's not a money tree. He's got to decide, do I overspend on these kids? And when I look at the data over the last 10, 15 years, the kids coming from inside the state have not, I'm not talking McFadden, Hunter Henry, Matt Jones types. Those are outliers. I'm talking the majority have not been worth your $400,000 to $600,000 that some of these kids want fresh out of high school.
Okay, so did you just say that number again? Would you say that number again?
Well, that's an example range, but to be specific, $400,000 to $600,000 on some of these kids is pretty absurd when you can go to other SEC schools right now, find 2 of those guys for the same price. I just think it's got a little bit crazy for in-state recruiting. And the perception is, Baz, that he's just getting beat left and right, when in fact he's got to make these decisions. You can't pay everybody.
Yeah. Justin, you had something? See if we can make that work on his buzz.
Yeah, I was just going to say too. Sorry.
Sorry. Go ahead.
What I was going to say is, now you got a way. Do we pay a kid that you're basically taking a flyer on? I mean, high school kids are not proven. I mean, you like you said, Danny. I mean, you could probably see the writing on the wall with the Hunter Henrys and the McFaddens and those guys, but a lot of these guys you're kind of taking a flyer on. So I would almost prefer to, which I think this may be what they've done a lot of the last few years, prefer to get somebody who's proven, even if it's in a lesser league that's maybe 21 years old instead of 18.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, they're a grown man at that point, too. It's like that's a big difference in football. Also,
Danny, your response to that?
Oh, just one more thing to add on. Danny, I feel like there's no market for like even though we've been doing this for a few years, we just don't know what the market price is of people.
That's right. Well, it can be whatever. That's the scary part, too, neighbors. It can be whatever they want, and that initial asking price can be driven by our rankings, by public perception in the state, and a lot of times, it does blow up for these kids pretty quickly. with offers and such. So there's a lot that goes into it, and I tried my best to break that down. But, yeah, man, it's a crazy time right now, and it's not always as simple as they're just losing left and right. They're telling some of these kids, okay, when that price drops, we'll get back with you. But until then, we're not paying that. We'd rather have a transfer or go to Alabama and Georgia and Mississippi and find a kid who's probably, based on data, might be the better option anyway.
Tell real quick, Danny.
Sounds like the housing market, by the way.
Hey, I know we got to go to break, but tell folks where they can find your article, Danny.
Yeah, hogsports.com, but I think most people know where to find me at. But Baz, I just want to thank HJ Trailer Sales. You guys are always good to me and have me on every week. I really appreciate the time.
Thanks, Danny. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you in July sometime.
Yes, sir. That sounds good,
thank
brothers.
you.
Thank you all.
Thanks so much. All right, we'll come back, and we got Frank for another half hour before he flies off to Churchill Downs. It's 8:50 here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood.
This summer, Oaklawn isn't just Arkansas's only race and casino resort. It's your headquarters for giveaways, entertainment, and game day action. Boats and bucks, it's back. Earn entries now for a shot at a brand new 2025 Bennington Party Barge. Swipe your Oaklawn Rewards card, play your favorite slots, and be there Saturday, June 28th when they give it away. You got to be there to win. And the Oaklawn Event Center is bringing the heat. Frankie Valli Songbook, Loverboy, The Righteous Brothers, Bret Michaels, Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Bobby Rush, and comedian Whitney Cummings. And do not miss out on the wildest pool party of the summer. Also, June 28th, live DJ drink special swimsuit contest. And ladies, you're going to get in free. And if you can't make it to Oaklawn, you can bet from anywhere with the Oaklawn Sports app. Futures, props, live action, download it today and get up to $1,000 in bonus bets. More games, more giveaways, more legendary nights. Only at Oaklawn. Visit Oaklawn.com for details.
In search of a great happy hour? Then look no further than at the Butcher Shop Steakhouse. Each and every weekday from 4 till 6. Great specials on appetizers, draft beer, house wines, well drinks, and cocktails. Inside the bar or out on the patio. Enjoy happy hour at the Butcher Shop.
Looking for adventure on 2 wheels or 4? Honda of Russellville has the largest Honda selection in the entire state. ATVs, motorcycles, dirt bikes, scooters, and side-by-sides, all priced to move. From the trail to the mud and back again. Check out our Mud Pro series featuring Ranchers, Foremans, and Rubicons. Want more power? Try our Mud Slayer packages on Pioneers and Talons. From mild to wild, Honda of Russellville has exactly what you're looking for. Visit us on Facebook or check out HondaofRussellville.com.
I'm Dr. Lowry Barnes. When it comes to orthopedic care, there's no place like the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. We built this hospital just for you, with state-of-the-art surgical suites, advanced technology, and the state's largest group of fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons. It's the best place in Arkansas to get you moving again. And if you need urgent orthopedic care, UAMS Ortho Now is right here for you at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health, where motion lives and service leads.
I'm Kyler Sanson. Me being in the construction industry and having 2 young kids at home, health insurance is vital. I got a call saying that my plan was going to be canceled at the end of April. Got on the phone with Farm Bureau and I got in touch with an agent. Took me about 30 minutes, and then about 3 days later, I was approved. So with Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas, I'm saving close to $300 a month. You cannot find this plan anywhere else. Get after it and get it.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Trusted coverage, personalized plans, affordable premiums. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning at 8:30 for Check In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports in Russellville. And get caught up with everything that's going on at the Buzz. It's brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether you're on the road, on the water, or in the trails, they have the ride for you.
Now that it's summer, we're blowing out prices at HJ Trailer Sales. Through the end of the month at factory cost, some even below. Aluminum truck beds in stock marked down to $6,500 installed. All bedrock beds $4,900 installed. Butler hay beds $12,800 installed. Need a trailer? Good Guys 22-foot 10K $8,100. All air tow trailers under $20,000. Delta 30-foot 14K gooseneck only $10,900. HJ Trailer Sales on Facebook or hjtrailersales.com. Hot Springs and Paragould.
It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. 60% off in-stock patio furniture, 50% off pool toys and floats, and 20 to 30% off Ledge Lounger furniture, cornhole sets, and lace pillows. 10 to 20% off all pool and spa chemicals, 10% off Pentair pool equipment, and how about free charcoal for a year with the purchase of a Big Green Egg. It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale going on now through July 3rd at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville.
This is Trey Schapp. Tune in each Friday morning at 5:30 right here on The Buzz as I bring you From the Shortgrass, presented by UAMS Health, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine. If you like to hear interesting stories about the game of golf, this is for you. You can also find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Can't listen to the radio? Don't worry. You can catch Morning Mayhem live every day. Just download the 1037 The Buzz app.
Oh, I forgot. We have a very short segment here. Hey, the new movie comes out this weekend with Brad Pitt. F1.
F-U.
It looks. I'm not a big F1 guy, but I'm interested.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like Brad Pitt.
yeah.
And when you watch a movie and you go, I've not paid that much attention to him. But the two movies that come in, I know everybody likes Inglourious Bastards, but Moneyball, the way he was in that show, in that movie, behind the desk and everything, and in our Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the guy. I like him, so I'm more apt to maybe watch this movie than I normally would have.
Yeah, it's gotten rave reviews for Frank. I don't know if the F1.
Has it really? I haven't seen any.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to say rave reviews. It's got a lot of hype, rather, not reviews. Yeah, a lot of hype.
Pre-game hype.
They've spent a lot of money promoting this movie, and it's the F1. It's Brad Pitt and it's somebody else, and he's the old guy trying to be relevant. And you're not an F1 guy, are you? You're not a big car racing guy anyway. But Brad Pitt, as Roger, as you mentioned, I think he's been better as he's gotten older.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. If you just pay attention to him, you can see that the talent has always been there.
Yeah.
It's just he plays a great character. I mean, the way the other little ancillary things that he does when he's in a scene, it's almost, to me, it's reminiscent of like a Steve McQueen or some of these method actors that they're just being normal. They're not acting. They're just playing around.
I see a customer over looking at your what do you call that? The two-tone
Summit Reserve.
That is so cool. Yes, Frank, you were saying something. We got about a minute. Go ahead if you were to say something.
Well, I talked about this the last time. I had a lot of comments for all you folks that watch streaming. I know this is old news to some of you, but for the people that didn't catch on to this, on Netflix, go to Netflix and write this down. The greatest 6 hours that I've seen, it's called Race, R-A-C-E, Race to the Crown. Race to the Crown. The Crown is the Kentucky Derby, but it's about the jockeys and their life off the track and the trainers and the characters involved. It's a
big chunk of it features.
You don't have to be involved with racing or know anything about horses or care. This is 6 hours of. If you like Landman, you'll like this. Okay.
I watched it. I watched it and sent it to Frank. I was like, I'm not a horse racing guy, but it was compelling.
It is
because of the storylines with the trainers
Mystic
and the owners.
And
then
it's a lot about Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, there's one episode that is almost all about Arkansas.
Yeah,
so
Samantha
Race to the Crown. Turn that on tonight and let us know if you like it.
Samantha liked it. She learned a lot of stuff. Yeah.
All right, 9:00.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Let's go shopping at RussellHonda.com. Check out the newly redesigned Honda Civic, or for something with enough room for you and your future soccer stars, the newly redesigned Honda Passport. Right now, get into a 2025 Honda Accord SE CVT for as little as $466 per month, or a Honda CR-V LX for $470 per month. At Russell Honda, Honda dependability, Honda economy, Honda performance, and Honda style, all waiting for you at RussellHonda.com.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Goldwing trikes at HondaRussellville.com.
1037 The Buzz.
You know how I am. You guys know how I am. I don't forget anything.
Crushing all the competition.
So you can take that to the bank.
Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
The plans to turn a once thriving water park into a vibrant entertainment district in North Little Rock have come to a halt. In 2022, Malley Construction first presented plans to turn the former Wild River Country Water Park at the intersection of I-430 and I-40 into an entertainment hub. Mayor Terry Hartwick said that $25 million transformation is now at a standstill. No building permits have been filed, and the site has sat untouched for over a year. Mayor Hartwick says he met with the owners of Malley Construction about a month ago and was given no explanation for the pause in work. The Department of Finance and Administration has a warning about another scam. Scammers are sending texts claiming to be with the DMV. They say you have a final notice on a traffic ticket, and if you don't pay, your vehicle registration and driving privilege will be canceled. As a reminder, the state won't send you any texts about traffic tickets, so if you get one, ignore it. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
The Red White Report is brought to you daily on the Zone by Ortho Now, your walk-in solution for orthopedic care at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
One more day of our heat advisory. 96 are high this afternoon with a heat index around 105. It'll be partly cloudy this afternoon with a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. The night, warm and muggy, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
Hello, folks. It's Frank Fletcher from Fletcher Dodge here in Sherwood. Our employee pricing program was such a big hit for May. We're going to do it again in June. We had a fantastic month, and you really responded. Remember, employee pricing simply means you pay what we pay. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. Folks, there's no gimmicks, no hoops. You pay what we pay. Only Fletcher Dodge has the discounts in addition to employee pricing of up to $14,000 and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Got some other great deals. New Jeep Wranglers, $7,000 off. New Jeep Compasses for only $379 a month with no money down. Don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes right on the internet. FletcherCredit.com. At Fletcher Dodge, we're always going to give you the best price and the lowest finance rates. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road or shop us online at FletcherDeals.com.
Get ready, Arkansas! Amplify Fest is coming back August 8th and 9th in Benton. Don't miss an unforgettable weekend with live performances by Matthew West and Switchfoot, along with Lecrae and Maverick City Music. You'll also hear an uplifting message of hope from Nick Holmes. Performances by Charity Gale, Terrian, Gio, Jamie McDonald, plus America's Got Talent winner, illusionist Dustin Tavella. Fun for the whole family with an expanded kids zone and great food. Reserve your free tickets now at AmplifyFest.org.
Coach Kevin Kelly on the Zone, presented by your locally owned Little Rock Athletic and Racket Club. It's pool season. Join today and save 30% off the joining fees. LRAC.com.
We all know how busy our lives can be these days and how important our time and convenience is as well. Edwards Food Giant knows that too. So that's why they're inviting you to take advantage of their Heat and Eat Meal Solutions items in their deli department. Delicious Edwards Food Giant signature dishes, along with a wide choice of entrees and sides, all ready for you to pick up and take home to serve your family tonight. The Heat and Eat Meal Solution is now at your favorite Central Arkansas Edwards Food Giant deli. This week's special is chicken and dressing for only $7.99 per pound, with sweet potatoes for $4.49 per pound.
Are you tired of that old, outdated bathtub but not sure who to call? Use a contractor you can trust. Bath Makeover of Arkansas offers a 5-year workmanship warranty, a lifetime product warranty, and a dedicated 800 number just for warranty claims. And every estimate comes with a price lock guarantee. We are your trusted local source for high-quality, American-made baths and showers installed in as little as 1 day, featuring our revolutionary new laser-etched shower wall systems. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH during our 60-60-60 sale. Receive 60% off installation of a new bath or shower with 60-month financing options, senior and military discounts, plus receive a $60 Visa gift card with purchase. And call 1-800-NEW-BATH now for a bonus, a free $25 Starbucks gift card with your free in-home estimate. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH. That's 1-800-NEWBATH.
On Friday, April 11th of this year, I finished my first year driving a GV70 from Genesis of Conway. So, what's the big deal? It's this. It's the Craig O'Neill Anniversary Sale at Genesis of Conway. To celebrate 1 year of driving the 2024 GV70, you're invited to come in and learn how you can get a 2025 for as low as $497 a month. Yes, $497 a month. Genesis of Conway, the future of luxury today.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Friday, we're wrapping up the week live at Crane Hyundai of Little Rock. M.E. Marcus Elliott will be joining me there. Also, Neil Atkinson from Betch Saracen and Bart Reed, thanks to Martin Orthopedics. See you tomorrow on 103.7 The Buzz.
Welcome back to Morning Mayhem.
I want your blood. I want your soul.
Live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studios.
And I want them both right now.
Oaklawn, Arkansas's only racing casino resort.
I'm your huckleberry.
Here is David Bazzel, Roger Scott, and Justin Moore.
All right, Lunger, let's do it.
All right, it is 9:06, last hour here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Hope everyone has a great weekend lined up. I'm going to be at in North Carolina on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I'll leave it with Raj and Josh and Justin. Going to be at this thing. They've been having it for a long time. I'm looking forward to it. It's the National Broadcasters Association, Sports Broadcasters Association, and I am proud to represent the state of Arkansas. It was a really slow year this year.
Yeah, I want to say thanks. Frank's he flying you out there?
He's not.
You going commercial?
I'm going commercial.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
First class.
And so anyway, the banquet is apparently Monday night, so we'll be looking forward to seeing the other states. Been a lot of great broadcasters like Sully and Paul Ills and a lot of big names that have come through. So looking forward to sort of seeing what that. I'm certainly not deserving. So like I said, it was a mistake. Why I was included in that.
No, it's long overdue. That may be. I'd rather get it than posthumously.
We'll visit with Heather Baker in just a minute. She's down on the beach in Florida. First, Frank, I know this is a big weekend, and you guys always end of the month is a big deal.
Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about our used cars, folks. I want to tell you what we do different here. Every one of our pre-owned cars, and we've got a lot of product, I price myself each and every car, which I know is hard to believe, but it is the truth. And we put the price on the windshield. And people go, why do you do that? Nobody else does that. And the reason I do that is because one person walks in a lot and the salesman decides to price them this way, and another person comes in and they go, well, he's got more money, I'll charge him more. We just don't put up with that. So I put a price on every car. It takes a lot of time. And where I put the price, I have, if it has heated seats, the mileage, what kind of warranty it has. We have a warranty on almost every car that goes out of here, completely free for 90 days or 3,000 miles. Anything happens to it, covered, the engine, the transmission, the air conditioning, you're covered. So you don't walk out of here and the car breaks down. You've got a warranty. And then we have a lot of cars that have a 100,000-mile warranty. So we like for you to be protected when you buy a car from us. But the first thing is you're going to know we have the AI software where we know what if I have a 23 model Camry here, I know everybody in town that has a Camry on their lot and what their price is. It's amazing that we've got that kind of software can give us those prices. So I look at what's everything in town, and I try to be as low or lower than anybody in town, and I put the price right there. So you don't have to talk to us. You can drive by and take a picture of my price. We don't care if our competitors look at it because I know what the price is. And then when the car is 30 days old, I put it on what we call a hit list. I hope the security people don't come get me. It's just a word we use in the car business. It's not meaning anything bad. But anyway, then we mark the car down to cost after it's 30 days old. So, but the information, the point I'm trying to make to you is it's right there in front of you. There's no secrets. There's no negotiating or going, will you take this, will you take that? And people love that. I mean, they love it to be honest and open. And, I'm not saying we're the greatest thing in the world, but I'll tell you this. We're completely open. We're very competitive. I spend hours and hours
you
doing
do
it.
You do that every week.
I do it every day. And you know what?
Good
I love
Lord.
it. I get up in the morning, my office is in my house. I absolutely spend 3 or 4 hours every day.
How many? Wait, you do that just for this dealership? You don't do it for all?
I
your
do
dealerships?
it for all the dealers.
You go through all your
every day. I get a.
That's why he was on the cruise ship on his iPad.
He was. He said, "I got to work today. I got to work today."
But I love doing it. And people that know me think I'm crazy. But sometimes you love to do. Some people love to play golf. I like to race horses, but I also like to sell cars.
Yeah.
And every business. Your business is going to be as good as how much time you spend on it.
Right, I agree with that.
And how much detail, and how much do you know about your business? Yeah. We got great competitors here in town. I tell you, I don't knock anybody. I'm great friends with the Cranes, the Russells, all the people here in town. We're good friends. We're competitors. They are good dealers also. But we're after the same customers. So, it's a race. Who's going to run the fastest? So I just want you to come out and look at our merchandise. I promise you'll find it clean. You'll find us straight up and honest.
Don't you love that you got a guy, Zippy, that's old, much older than you, that's going to probably outwork you if you're not careful?
Well, the thing about it is, and this is because he's sitting here, but it teaches you discipline, and you can't work for Frank Fletcher in half step, especially as a manager. He's going to keep you accountable. But, you got to be held accountable because it keeps you on your toes. I've been here 23, 24 years, so you can't get comfortable every day. This business is a grind every day, and you got to come in. You got to have your lot looking good. You got to have your cars clean. You got to have them serviced. You got to have them. Yeah. The retail's in the details, and
the retail is in the detail.
Hashtag retail is in the detail. Yeah, he might have some crazy ideas of you need to put this and do this and do that, but if you back away from it and you look at it, it matters. It might be it might be a cigarette butt on the sidewalk.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
I've seen him pick it up.
I've seen it.
So you got to pick it up because he's older than you. And he's hustling. You can't say, "Hey, man, I'm not feeling good today." This and that, and because you've got to do it. Just like my guy, he's older than me. I mean, Bazzel is gonna. I have to try to keep up with him. I mean, there'll be somebody maybe spilled a coffee or a Coke on the ground. He'll walk in. Next thing you know, he's got a mop in his hand, and I'm thinking to myself, "I'm an idiot. Why is he mopping? Give me the mop, Frank." He goes, "No, I want the mop. I'm a mop." I hear you. And all that means a lot. But the pride he puts into making sure we buy our cars from a good place. They're not wrecked. They're not pieced together. We don't take a car in the shop and fix it real cheap and hope it holds up for the customer. If we got a car that's a problem, I know I could probably sell it and fix it. But he goes, you don't want to deal with down the road. This problem could come back, and the customer's not going to be happy, and he's right.
Couple things here. I see Christian Crane is listening, actually. He said, "Hey, Frank, let's race." He says, "and raise money for charity." I don't know if he means a foot race or a horse race. I don't know. So Christian's great. He's a great guy.
Christian is a great guy. We've had fun going to lunch together, and he wants me to go in with whatever you got going, buddy. I'm in there equal, whatever you want to do.
He's a great young man. He's outstanding. Their future looks great.
He is an outstanding young man.
And if you just tuned in, we got Justin Moore on the way to St. Louis tonight. Great to have him this week while he's been down in Destin. Glad you got your phone with you, Justin. You'll have it for the weekend.
Me too.
But it's really weird now because we're taking this transition, basketball's over. You got baseball, All-Star game coming up. You got NASCAR and golf. That's it. And then now you're going to start some football talk because SEC Media Days, Roger, is in a few weeks. And so anyway, so we've got some things. Well, listen, we're still going to do the battle of the young guns between Josh Neighbors, producer Josh Neighbors, and producer Christian. At the Zone, and that will be a sports trivia.
Longest promoted fight in history.
It is. It's just they just have to wait. We have to wait for it to happen.
Right.
When's it
happening?
I'm gonna try to work on that today.
And here's the other part of it.
I know.
Well, and we're not doing it here. We're doing it at a different location, I think, in another state. Is that what we're doing? We're holding it somewhere else. It may be at the Pyramid.
I mentioned Justin's family is on the beach down in Destin. We next go to Heather.
That's where we're doing it. At Justin's house.
We go back to the beach and to visit with Heather Baker. And Heather said, Frank, she's listening. She goes, love Frank's work ethic. Your company will be what you put into it. Frank kept me accountable. And there's nobody that hustles. Nobody hustles harder than Heather Baker either. She's and everybody in her
she's
company.
She's the best.
She knows it too. Let's check in with her, Josh, if you can.
She has the busiest social calendar in the state of Arkansas. Her insight on what to do across the state is unrivaled. She is the go-to person when you need an event promoted. It's time to talk to the queen of promotions from AY Magazine and Arkansas Money and Politics. It's Heather Baker.
All right, Heather, you're Perdido Key? Is that where you're at?
There you go, TBPN. That's where I'm at. Yes, Frank Fletcher, I will never forget. That man would drive around with JD and pick me up and make sure every car was aligned precisely just the way it should be. And that's the way I learned how to do everything. But he taught me so much from a young age, just all of the different car dealers, doing auto bar. But I mean, he has always been out on those lines. I mean,
you're going back a lot of years now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was 21
Heather.
years old, and Mark Miller was the lot boy, and I was out there. He was washing the cars, and I was taking pictures of the cars.
Well, listen, we got to say congratulations. I know your organization won a ton of awards at the most recent. I don't know the organization. I don't have it in front of me, but I think you guys won like 65 awards in a recent competition that you guys do every year, that you put your folks up against other folks from around the state and around this area, the region as well.
Yes, sir. 58. It's the APW Awards, yes. And I have to give a shout-out to Dwayne Hebda. He has a fourth year consecutive of sweepstakes, which means he won more than anybody else. And Dwayne is our editor-in-chief of AY Media Group. But we have the Press Association Awards that are coming this weekend. And then Rex and I will be hosting the Diamond Awards coming up as well. So we're up for a bunch of awards in there. But it's a great team. I am so privileged just to run AY Media Group and be involved with, just showcasing how amazing this state is. And I heard you talking about Christian a little bit earlier, and I reached out to him because he is going to be featured in the upcoming issue for Future Icons for Arkansas Money and Politics. And that's what we do, is really showcase the incredible people around the state and incredible businesses.
Yeah, Heather, you do great work, and congrats on all the awards. No shocker, you've been doing that the last few years. We don't have a ton of time, and you're down on the beach with Ryan, so just take a couple minutes and just sort of hit what are the key things we need to know about this weekend, and then we'll let you go.
Sure. Well, I want to get down to football. The most important thing in Arkansas is coming up, so you've got to get those tickets now. It's Thursday, July the 24th, but I want to tell you, if you want that VIP experience, you need to get those tickets now so you can get in and see Bobby Petrino and Taylor Green and more. So those will be available at littlerockball.com. You've got the Spa City Pickleball Tournament that's in Hot Springs. So if you're a pro or you're a rising star, this is the city that founded pickleball. So you need to check that out. The times are going to vary. We'll have those on our website. Another thing in Hot Springs, an adults-only foam water park party at Magic Springs. They're going to have a Hydroglow foam party. It's a 21-plus event, first time ever that they've held that. If you're going to be in Conway, they're going to have a food truck night. This is going to be going on from 5 to 8 at the Livingstone Lutheran Church, and you can get to know your neighbors, have some great food. They're going to have bouncy houses and kid event. Another Hot Springs event is the Arkansas Lavender Festival. It's going to be going on all weekend and tonight starting from 4 to 6. This is living beautiful, nutritional cooking videos, opportunity for food tasting, just that peaceful serenity of living. Check that out on our website at aymag.com. We'll have more information. We actually have the Peach Festival going on Saturday. This is 10 to 2. And I know, David, we talked about this before, but you can pick your peaches. You can have Orchard's famous peach ice cream. Are y'all peach fans? Do you like peach ice cream?
I'm not a big peach fan. Roger, are you?
It's my favorite.
Frank, are you a peach fan or no?
I love them.
Love them peach. Okay. Justin, are you a peach guy? Yes or no?
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Well, this will be going right in North Little Rock at the Faulkner Lake Orchard, 10 to 2 on Saturday. We have a couple car shows. The Antique and Classic Car Show will be at Bazzel and Sons on Rodney Perrin on Saturday from 2 to 6. We also have another car show on Sunday, the Slick Auto Care in North Rock from 9 to 12. This will be classic, custom, and modern machines. You can check that out. And we have all of our music. I know there's over 60 music events going on this weekend, all the sporting events and everything at aymag.com.
Yeah, I looked at those links. If you go to aymag.com, all the music, all the events, there's like 150 of them, are very easy for you to see and plan your weekend. Of course, Roger, I'll be at the Tyler Kinch deal Saturday night for his new album release and all that with Don Grisham. Have a great rest of your weekend. Congratulations on all the awards, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Frank.
All right,
bye-bye.
So you're getting ready to get out of here, Frank. Good luck on the. If folks want to follow your horse today, it's Almost Gone Rocket in the 10th race at Churchill Downs. Right?
Yeah, 10th race.
If you win, how much do you win? What's the payoff of this race today?
I'm not sure. It's over 100,000.
Well, again, it's always better to win than not win.
This is a strange story. This horse won 3 times last year. Its first year out, won every race in 8 or 9 lengths. This horse was going to take me to the moon, and then it got a growth underneath its tongue. We had to have an operation on her in like October, and they took it out, and it was non-malignant, but then we sent her to Florida, and she didn't race for 4 or 5 months. So, you never know how the horse is going to change her mind about whether they will run or not. So we bring her back this year, and we ran her over to Oaklawn, and I said, we'll win this race by maybe 5 lengths. It's a big race, but I wouldn't worry. She'd never even been challenged. She got beat over at Oaklawn, came in second. So we said, it's the first time back. So anyway, next time we ran her in New York, I flew to New York, took Bobby Petrino with me, and Jackie Lackey. And so we get to New York, right downtown New York, and she finishes last in a big race.
Yeah.
So today, I figure we're going to be 6, 8, 10 to 1. We're the favorite.
Oh, you're the favorite.
Now, how they do that, I don't know. So she's lost 2 races this year. So I'm going over to see whether she's going to come back or not.
Do you get more mad when you're favored to win and don't
I don't
win?
get mad. It's just once you get beat all the time, you just get mad. You got to learn how not to be mad. Just to, it's disappointing.
Yeah.
When you win, it's a thrill of a lifetime because it's so hard to win.
Yeah.
The horse can get a fever. He can get bumped coming out of the race. He can don't feel good that day.
Yeah.
So when you win, it's like stand on your head, do whatever you
Well, we'll be watching today. That'll give everybody something to watch for.
Yeah, it's going to be on FanDuel TV if you got racing on your TV. It's channel 602 on DirecTV. It'll be at 4:30 Arkansas time today.
Oaklawn Anywhere. You should be able to find it on that, I would think.
Yeah, you can be on Oaklawn Anywhere. 4:30
From
day,
here.
10th race, Churchill Downs.
Justin is headed to St. Louis. Funny, Roger, if you remember, Justin, we were trying to say, because our friend Clem, his family works at the front office of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Clemens.
Yeah. And they had offered Justin the opportunity to throw out the first pitch, which you've done several.
Thanks, Frank.
Which you see it, Frank. Have a good one, buddy. You've done several times, but it was a 1 o'clock start yesterday.
Thanks, Frank. Yeah.
And it just didn't work out with your schedule. So I was going to say, of all the stadiums that you've thrown out first pitches to, how would you rank them? Which one is the most memorable for you?
I mean, the Cardinals Park is super nice.
Yeah, they know baseball there too.
I was going to say they're really knowledgeable baseball
yes.
fans. And,
yeah.
That was pretty awesome. I've done Kansas City.
Pirates?
I didn't love that. No, Kansas City. The
Gotcha.
Royals.
Gotcha.
I don't
Not a
love
fan.
that park as much. I'm just kind of going based on the parks. I mean,
What about the Braves? Have you thrown out in Atlanta yet?
No,
that's it.
I
Yeah,
haven't.
that's when you won't wear khaki
Justin.
jeans.
And we're gonna make that happen.
Yeah, you're not wearing khaki jeans that day. He is.
Listen,
not.
I'm gonna call Greg Hatcher.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this work in Atlanta.
Wow, you know what?
I'm trying to think where else I did it at Milwaukee. Sorry, Raj. I had this stupid thing is.
You're
so
fine.
delayed.
It's okay.
I'm
You're
so
good.
sorry.
You're good.
It's quite all right. It's quite all right. So what I'm saying is, Justin, if he's going to call out Greg Hatcher because of the Atlanta thing, why don't we call out Greg Hatcher and say, you've never thrown one in Germany either.
Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
Yeah, exactly.
You've never thrown out one at a ball field in Hawaii.
I was looking at the numbers. I mentioned earlier in the show. We talked about Bree Ellis this year for softball, hitting for average and power. That's what Aaron Judge is doing at the major league level, which is absolutely nuts.
It's incredible.
It's almost hard to believe. It's almost hard. It's almost like I've looked and said, wait a minute, am I reading this wrong? His batting average is 361. He leads the American League in batting by 20 points. He leads the league in runs. He's second RBIs. He's number one in hits with 108. Home runs, he's number two after the guy to Seattle rally. And then I think it was one other. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what he's doing.
Hey, speaking of which,
it's wild.
I have got a couple of, just 2 or 3, of autographed Bree Ellis posters.
Yes.
I want to give them away.
Yes.
I want to get them out of the vehicle.
Okay.
I don't want them going to waste. If somebody, if you've got a little girl, or maybe it's your neighbor or someone you go to church with that you know is a softball girl and they want one of these posters, you got to let me know right now and come and get them. See if you can make it here before we get out of here as well.
All right, that's the deal. And we'll come back and have another half hour here with Zippy. And
We'll
Shapur.
put one in a brand new car.
That's right.
And
That's
Uncle,
right.
again, Uncle Shapur, as Double R calls him.
It is Uncle Shapper.
Good morning.
Justin, I swear to you. So the other night, Randy took his wife out for her birthday. And Tommy Norman came by with his wife, Rosalind.
Copper.
And so I'm telling you, Randy walks in there, Justin, and he's like a rock star. Nobody even knows me.
Spotlight.
Nobody knows me. Excuse me, sir. Get out of the way. Randy Rainwater's here. It's like, hey, dude, we talk about you a little bit too.
He walks in slow motion.
I mean, the wait staff, like, excuse me, Mr. Bazzel, we need to talk to Mr. Rainwater, because he talks about
Your money's no good here.
No, it is not. He's like a rock star.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You don't believe how many people last night they showed up. We came in for Randy's special.
The Randy special.
Randy special. That's all they want.
Well, again, I want to just tell you, there is Justin, I don't know if you've picked up on this over the 4 years you've been doing the show, but we are the only show that does not do live ad-libs. And that was an issue that goes back.
You said that. I want to know why.
It goes back to the Tommy days. I'll explain why later.
One of these days, okay.
But Randy gets to talk during the show about his sponsors. Well, Randy will go like from 3 minutes about you guys. He's talking about Uncle Shapur and all the things, and we don't get to do that. So it's like, excuse me, who are you to the morning show? What is that called? Excuse me, Mr. Rainwater.
He's Elvis.
That's
They
right.
shut it down.
And I showed the picture of Randy.
His entourage is 2 people.
Randy eating the salad bar. He eats like 8 pounds of salad bar right off the bat. I was like, oh my God.
Takes the salad home.
He takes some more of it home.
That's exactly right.
Absolutely right. It's amazing how he does it.
Jimmy looked like you get some activity on the floor this morning. Normally we don't see as many people that are looking around.
You know what? It just shows advertisers working. You too can advertise on the buzz. I call on Leslie.
I mean, the buzz effect is a real effect. It really is.
You know what? You know why? Because the details in the retail.
That's right. Well, the good thing is that the way I always tell our customers, I go, hey, listen, when we do a live broadcast, it's not about what happens that morning. It's hoping that when it comes time where they want to make a decision, if it's Saturday, if it's Sunday, it's Monday, that they decide to come.
Well, most people are working, so we try to make it easy. You can go to FletcherDeals.com. You can go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved. But what happens is a lot of people listen to this show either driving to work or at work, and they just got it playing in the background, and about lunchtime or even in this morning we'll get some leads on the internet, and as the day progresses it will pick up and pick up and pick up. We always have kind of an early bird special. We have people that are retired or they took the day off to go look at cars, and we'll sell cars in the early morning, but mostly about 2 or 3 o'clock, all the work that we put in that morning up until then kind of come to fruition, and then when people get off, they come out, or we deliver it, or we do whatever. I mean, we try to make it easy. That's the key.
This is what we have to do coming back. We have done so. Finish the Lyric is a game that we play with Justin Moore, and we want to thank Honda of Russellville for being the new sponsor for it. So we've got recordings of Justin singing a verse, and then we stop it, and then the listener has to finish it. And so, but now that we have Justin, although he's riding on a bus on the way to St. Louis, I want to see Justin when we come back from the break.
He's going to do it live.
See if you can do this live. Come up with a song. You can tell the listener the song, and the song, whoever sings it, but they still just have to finish it. So think about that. If you're willing to do it, who knows? This may be a disaster with him being on the bus.
I don't have a guitar, but
that's okay.
That's that singing Acapulco.
Acapulco, as we call it. You're a trained professional. So think about that during the break. Come on, let's get us a contestant, Josh. 661-1037. Again, Honda of Russellville.com. They're the #1 power sports dealer in Arkansas and #3 largest in the United States. Awesome. They don't sell what you guys sell here, different kind of business, but they've been around a long time. So, all right, we'll take a break, come back with Uncle Shapur and more. It's 9:30 here on Morning Mayhem.
Yes, sir. I'm excited.
Nobody wants to get drunk and get loud.
Coach Kevin Kelly on the Zone, presented by your locally owned Little Rock Athletic and Racket Club. It's pool season. Join today and save 30% off the joining fees. LRAC.com.
This is Sports Center.
Not quite the first round, but not too far outside of it for Arkansas forward Adu Thero, who was selected number 36 overall last night by the Los Angeles Lakers. The former Kentucky and Arkansas forward averaged 15 points per game last year on 55% shooting, 26% from beyond the arc, and 69% from the floor. He also averaged 5.8 rebounds per game and 1.9 assists. He joins Arkansas native Austin Reeves out west in L.A. The Arkansas Travelers fell against the Amarillo Sod Poodles last night by a score of 3-4. 3 more games coming up in the series for the Travs. They'll play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, 7:05, 7:05, and 6:05 this weekend. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It'll become partly cloudy today with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms this afternoon. 96 the high, heat index around 105, so still a heat advisory today. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 77. Tomorrow, a high of 94 with a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Benihana Happy Hour Specials, $3, $6, $9. Sushi, food, and cocktails. Available 5 to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday at Benihana Bar.
The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back and happening July 19th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at Stubbs.net. Come sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. The Rock City Margarita Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
Congo Fireplace and Patio is having a huge 4th of July blowout sale. Save hundreds of dollars on the best selection and best quality of outdoor furniture in the state. Choose from over 100 brand name collections, dining sets, seating groups, bar sets, chaises, and gliders in stock and ready to go. And now everything is up to 50% off. Plus, Congo has a great selection of built-in grills, pellet smokers, and fire pits. Family owned and operated since 1920. Shop local and feel the difference. Congo Fireplace and Patio, I-30 Benton.
Don't miss Murphy's Benton Gun and Knife Show this weekend at the Benton Event Center. Over 250 tables with guns, ammo, knives, and so much more. I need some screws for my bayonet. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4. 2-day admission only $10. Kids 12 and under free. Plus a $2 discount for veterans and LEOs. Don't miss Murphy's Benton Gun and Knife Show happening this weekend at the Benton Event Center.
It's a tough time.
injured, and it was not your fault. Hurts in the pocketbook, too. Who do you turn to? Don't call a lawyer and find they're out of state or talk with someone at a call center. Call us at the Brad Hendricks Law Firm and talk to a real Arkansas lawyer directly. And remember, the only place that success comes before work is in the dictionary. We'll work hard for you. Have for over 30 years. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. 60% off in-stock patio furniture, 50% off pool toys and floats, and 20 to 30% off Ledge Lounger furniture, cornhole sets, and lace pillows. 10 to 20% off all pool and spa chemicals, 10% off Pentair pool equipment, and how about free charcoal for a year with the purchase of a big green egg. It's the 4th of July Star Spangled Savings Sale going on now through July 3rd at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. March is gone. The brackets are done. Feels like we need some excitement.
Are you kidding? Do you realize how much is going on? Basketball, hockey, baseball, golf. It's like 8 seasons in one. It's the season of action.
And we can bet on all those with the Oaklawn Sports app.
That's the spirit. Now let's go lock in some bets.
Receive a 10% profit boost on qualifying 3-leg parlays. Bet all summer long. Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Want to see our beautiful faces? Catch Morning Mayhem streaming live every day on YouTube, X, and Facebook. Just search 1037 The Buzz.
Josh, did your dad get in yesterday?
No, he's on the way here now.
Gotcha. What are you guys doing this weekend?
I don't know. Getting my life together, I guess.
You'll go hiking up the mountain?
Probably not. It's going to be too hot.
It is true. It's going to be warm.
You sound like you need a nap.
Let's look at Josh. Yeah, you do look sleepy-eyed.
No, yeah. Your dad's going to be here. You're not going to be staying up as late.
No, I'm good. I got a good night's sleep last night.
All right, we're here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood, visiting with Zippy.
Turn that up a little louder.
I know, thank you. Chris Zentner.
Sorry, guys. I'm terrible. Okay,
That's all
you're
right.
talking to me, and you're like, why isn't he fading the music while talking, while getting the intro ready?
You're better. You can do more than one thing at once.
No, I can't.
You're pretty good.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Sorry.
Yes, you can.
If I make an intro, will y'all play it?
Well, we sort of have an intro for you.
You do?
Yeah, we play this every morning.
Buzz listeners?
It's one of my favorite things to do.
He does Frank and then he does you.
Right, we want to make sure. Yeah.
You do want to say also thanks for Shapur stopping by.
Good morning.
Is today the Randy special, by the way?
Yes, I got an 8-ounce filet, the juiciest filet you ever get.
Okay.
And we got a mashed potato, and all you can eat salad bar, and you can add the lobster to it for $10.
Hello, Buzz listeners.
That's you can get better deal anywhere.
That is like the school lunch menu guy from back in the day. Repeat that all again and say it all again.
We got an 8-ounce lobster. I'm talking about the best lobster. I'm sorry, 8-ounce filet.
Yes.
Juiciest filet you can get. And you got a mashed potato and go with the carrots and all the salad bar you want to eat. Plus, for $10 more, you get a lobster tail.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
That's a fantastic
for $45,
deal.
you get a lobster tail.
Do you say the Randy
details
special?
in the lobster tail?
That's right.
Do you say ask for the Randy special, double R special? What's it called? Frank special? What is that called?
Well, that's Frank's special.
So you go Frank special. Yes. Okay. All right. That's tonight.
That's quality.
It's Saturday
stuff.
night too.
It's tonight.
Okay. All right, Josh. Let's do the open for a little finish the lyric.
Yeah.
Or hell no, I have to switch back.
By the way, I was just served.
Bazzel got served
again.
For
It happened
second
again.
Time.
Justin, second.
And it's a different person.
Second
For
time
what?
I've been served during the show.
Yeah, no,
I'm
at
so
Fletcher.
sorry.
It was,
We
it
should
was,
lock the door on it.
It was Fletcher.
Chris
It
was
was
so
Fletcher
excited.
last time too.
It was.
It was at 6. It was at 6:30 in the morning too.
So this lady standing over there, I thought she was shopping for
She's wanting an autograph.
She's been over there.
You say, you look busy over here.
She's been standing over there for 30 minutes. So she comes over and she goes, David Bazzel? I said, yes. And so I'm thinking it's a listener, so I'm trying to get ready to hug her. I said, thanks for listening. And she goes, here you go. And she goes, I'm serving you. I said, that's what you've been here for 30 minutes for, lady? Get out of here. God.
So
Do you know what
Hey,
it's pertaining
Justin? Yeah.
Yes, he always knows. He never tells us.
It's about an accident that, fortunately, was not my fault. So, but it's
You know what? Here's the thing.
Somebody else was involved.
I jokingly said you're getting served. I did not know you were getting served.
I got served, yes.
And I hear this.
Oh,
This is the second time this has happened here. Something's always happening here at this place.
I know.
And now I am going to sue somebody for my mental anguish that happens every time we come here.
All right, Josh, hit that open.
I love David.
Justin Lord has sold more than 20 million albums, but this country star is ready to challenge you to finish the lyric. Brought to you by Honda of Russellville, where you can check out the new Honda Mud Pro Series ATVs or Gold Wing trikes at HondaofRussellville.com.
Yeah,
Are we just making up numbers?
Yeah, it's just
for
a funny
my
Justin.
stats?
Yeah, so
20 million albums? No,
I remember you telling us that early on when we did it the first time, and we never went back and changed it. It's are you close to that?
I don't think so.
It sounds good.
Maybe more like 5.
Well, maybe that's what we're projecting.
20 million.
We're projecting.
I've also got 90 number ones now.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I meant to say that I knew we didn't change that last time, and we carried over it for this time. But thanks again to Honda of Russellville. It's HondaofRussellville.com. Do we have a contestant, Josh?
We do. We've got Matt on line number 1.
Hey, Matt. Good morning. How are you?
Good, guys. Good morning.
Okay, so this is going to be interesting because Justin is moving 65 miles an hour on a bus on the way to St. Louis, so there might be a little bit of delay, but he's going to sing a song. And Justin, if you want to tell him the name of the artist and song, that's fine too. And just when he stops, you just got to finish the lyric. You can do it by singing it, or you can by just saying what it is.
Yeah, nothing like Baz just putting me on the spot. Just boom. Hey, we're going to do this when we come back. Okay.
You're a pro.
I mean, there's no way to tell him no.
I mean, no, there's not. Especially now he just got served.
I just got served.
Just got served. So now you're getting served.
What do we got, Justin?
No doubt. It's Alan Jackson's song.
Okay.
Are you a fan of Alan Jackson?
Sure.
No, man. There we go.
For you, I can be.
That's fine.
I think it's pretty easy. I think it's a pretty easy one.
Come on, we'll all help you, Matt. Good luck. All right, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to sing the song, and then you're going to stop, and that's where Matt's going to have to pick up. So, Matt, you can pick up right there, or Justin will do it again so that you know where you need to be. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
All right, here we go.
All
Go
right.
ahead, Jay Bird.
Don't rock the jukebox. I want to hear some Jones. 'Cause my heart ain't ready for the
Rolling Stone.
Whoa, man!
I don't feel like rocking since my baby's gone. Don't rock the jukebox. Sing me a country song.
This guy was ready, man.
He was ready to go. That was incredible.
Outstanding.
That's a great job.
Impressive. Yeah.
You know what? Very impressive.
JM, I was down in Poland this week. That sign needs some landscaping. They got Johnson grass 3 feet high.
Oh, wait a minute. That's not good. I was just told the other day that's been cleaned up. Go by there again today. I was told that's been cleaned up. So
you know what? With him singing, after I started singing and Justin started singing, you know what it reminded me of, don't you? Pot me up, Joshua.
The other day with
Daddy's heart is still when I did wrong. Daddy's hand was always gentle. There was always love in Daddy's hand. Wow!
I mean, I love that.
There is not a better 21.55 seconds.
It is.
Yeah, buddy.
It is.
You dang right it is. You
All
dang
right, Matt. Good job. Congratulations. Whatever the prize is, Josh is going to give it to you.
Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Appreciate
Matt.
Let's see. Okay, so Justin.
Good job, Justin.
Justin Camp is listening, and he says, Right, Justin, he said, hey, the flower bed is cleaned up. It's the highway department that needs to mow. I'm going to try and get it cleaned up next week. How about Justin Camp stepping up? Attaboy, Justin.
Way to go, Justin.
Yeah, because Melvin Finley had called me the other day, and he's been over there. It's all up, everybody's hands on deck for Justin's sign.
Well, and Justin, there might be a time or two that you might see him out there on a 6-foot ladder dusting off that pretty face of his own self.
You may do it.
We'll take a break and come back.
I hope so.
And wrap things up here at Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. They're going to be doing deals all this weekend. I see a lot of activity. Now I'm looking around.
Yeah.
I feel like who else is getting ready to walk up to me?
Hey, we're going to rope it off. Nobody's allowed to come up to the table with a folder.
How about that? I'm getting ready to I'm going to give him a hug, and she gives me this folder. Here, you're getting served. Oh, man.
He's looking around
now
now like
you feel violated.
I do, yeah. It's just like I was trying to be nice and sweet to you. You've been eyeing me this whole time, ready to swoop in.
Ever since you did that, he's moving from side to side like it was when he was playing a linebacker, looking at everybody calling out play.
Head on a swivel.
We had a sales guy, make it real quick. He got served up here, and he was so mad at the lady. He grabs a piece of paper, and he rips it in half, and he's ripping it, and she goes, "You're still served."
Oh,
He
wow.
goes, ma'am, I don't care.
Wow.
And throws it on the ground.
Well, that doesn't bother. That doesn't startle me. Over the years, I've had different things like that happen. Some people are bothered by it, but I do think it's funny because those people have to do that. That's their job. And but it is sort of weird because I remember the last time I saw the guy sitting over there. It was at 6:30. I said, "Come on, give me. I got a show to do. Give me whatever
That was
it is."
amazing. You're like, come here. No. I know what it is. Just put it down. And I was like, good God.
There may be a paternity thing.
No, it's not that.
Wow.
It's not that.
I don't know that. I'm not saying there was. That you got to be on the lookout.
I will just say. Here's the song from Boogie Nights.
Yeah, just to throw a couple of them in this week. We had
listen, this is so good.
such a good soundtrack. It's unbelievable.
That was fun this week. All right, do not go away. We'll come back and wrap things up here from Fletcher Dodge.
I was once out strolling one very hot summer's day when I thought I'd lay myself down to rest in a big field of tall grass. I lay there in the sun and felt it caressing my face.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. It's the end of the month and we need to sell 23 more vehicles to meet our factory goal. So we're giving everybody employee pricing. Employee pricing means you pay what we pay and you get all the rebates. Everybody qualifies for employee pricing. No gimmicks, no hoops to jump through. Only at Fletcher Dodge do we have discounts up to $14,000 off trucks and finance rates as low as 1.9% for 72 months. Come in today and get employee pricing plus 3.9% financing for 72 months on all new Ram trucks. New Jeep Wranglers up to $7,000 off. And the all new Jeep Compass 4-wheel drive for only $379 a month. And that's with no money down. And again, don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com to get pre-approved in minutes. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Here's another Whataburger DM. Miranda says, it's 2023 and still no Pico Burger. How do we get y'all to pick it back up? Miranda, we totally thought we responded to this. We know it's been a minute or two, but good news, the Pico de Gallo burger is back up. Yep, the 2 fresh beef patties covered with crisp Pico de Gallo, 2 slices of pepper jack and creamy cilantro lime sauce you love is back. And it's all thanks to you. The Pico de Gallo burger is back for a limited time. What a burger!
Serious injuries happen every day.
If it happens to you, don't wait. Dial 8.
Dial 8 for Rainwater, Holton, Sexton.
888-8888.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
We've got you covered, Arkansas.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
I'm Allison Greenwood. I live in Pulaski County. I got a notice from my insurance carrier saying that my premium was going up to over $1,000 a month. My insurance agent called me and said, hey, Farm Bureau has a new product. I said, well, tell me more. In less than 24 hours, I was signed up with the Farm Bureau health plan, saving over $500 a month, and I was a happy girl.
Farm Bureau Health Plans of Arkansas. Learn more at arfbhealthplans.com.
Ever feel like the road is out to... Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now, get 0% APR for 60 months on all Hyundai Santa Fe and Santa Fe hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end July 7th. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Natural State Wholesale in Cabot has all kinds of flooring, tile, vinyl, hardwood, waterproof wood, and laminate. Their price will not be beat. Create a beautiful new bathroom with bathtubs, vanities, faucets, fixtures, and toilets. Tile for showers. New specials always coming and going, but always great wholesale pricing. 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot. Go see the Flooring King Don Grisham himself. They're now open on Saturdays, 8 to noon.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
When second's making a play, short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Let's get it. Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Steven Reiser, Seth Boyd, or Todd Martin in Jacksonville today.
When you golf in Missouri, the courses are so close you'll spend more time on the fairway than the freeway. After the back nine, enjoy world-class dining and distilleries, shops and spas, museums, and more. Find your new golf MO at visitmo.com.
Listen to Out of Bounds every day to hear about what's trending on social media and whether listeners agree or disagree. Engaging conversations about engaging topics. Sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansans with great-tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA. That's 833-886-5282. Call today.
This is Quinn Grovey, and you're listening to Morning Mayhem on 103.7 The Buzz.
We always do boogie shoes on Friday.
We do boogie shoes every day.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I was downstairs talking to Gemma about posters.
About posters?
Yeah, about the poster. We had somebody call in for the Brielle.
There's no reason to yell. We love your mother.
No, I wasn't yelling. Here you go.
Bit of there it is. Man. Who was it said that hated this song? Oh, it was Shannon Lynn.
No.
Yeah, Shannon Lynn. He said he hated the song.
Oh, it's not Stubby. Stubby liked it.
Stubby liked it.
Okay.
Justin, you like this song?
You mean county judge nominee?
Yeah, I think it's a good song. Shapoor's here with Uncle Shapoor, as Randy says. Go by and ask for him when you go and just say, I want to meet the famous Uncle Shapoor.
That's right. Y'all come see me. 4th of July is coming.
What?
4th of July, we got a big firework. Come to Steakhouse, have a nice dinner, relax, and watch the fireworks.
What better food on 4th of July than some Maine lobster?
That's right.
Justin, we got the, we don't do the travel like you do, but Roger and I have the last 4 or 5 weeks been on the run, been on the go, and it does. That traveling it can wear you down. We were in Memphis Monday, Tuesday.
St. Joe, Texas, Branson, Missouri, Nashville, Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee.
Been crazy.
St. Louis here in a few days now. So we sympathize with you, empathize with you, and that's why I've cut you a little bit of slack about your tardiness on the show.
And then thank you that we have a vehicle.
I'm serious too about grace. I know it.
You bet. It's a lot, man. It can wear you down.
That's right. Listen, the deal he made, though, he's got him a nice house there. Granted, with a tore up vent down in Florida. but it's a nice house.
I do want to say too. Hey, somebody's gonna come in the house. And go, what happened to your vent over there?
No. Is that a
phone fell in there?
That's right.
I do want to say thanks, Zippy. We've been driving Fletcher vehicles for Roger pointed out probably 18 years.
Easy.
And you guys have always taken so good care of me and Tommy and Roger, and just want to say thanks. You guys don't have to do that. It's a neat perk that we have as a relationship with you guys, and it's fun. And listen, all I try to do is try to bring back the vehicle without too much damage. This one's got two new windows, two new
tires.
You
got one tire.
The other one was the Jeep Cherokee before that was a tire.
You're very welcome.
Geez.
You know, one of the funniest things that happens in the car business is when people start describing their trade-in, and they go, man, it's got a new window in it, the air conditioner's new, it's got a new transmission, and inside of me I'm thinking, man, it's supposed to happen.
Well,
exactly right.
I was in that other real nice Grand Cherokee, and I was going into Soul Restaurant to eat, and it blows up.
I think you call the city on that one.
I know.
Serve them.
And then we're there in Nashville with Justin there, and also we walk out the next morning and there's glass everywhere, and I'm like, man, it's just hashtag blessed. I'm not complaining.
No, listen, and that's not just a perk for us, but we have family. My mother-in-law got a car from here. My daughter and son-in-law have purchased their cars from here, and that's just family, and we recommend this place to everybody, again, because we know you. It's not like it's like all the other places that we deal with. We're not just we're not just friends, we're clients, and so we do it ourselves, and we believe in it, so it works for us, and so it's a great relationship.
I got a Corvette over there I forgot I had. We just got its white, red leather. You can take the T-tops off. I think that's what Baz needs.
T-tops. Wow.
I will say this: I just got served, so I got something to deal with now. But I love this. So I've got one of my Touchdown Club speakers. Yeah. Let me just say this: he's a Hall of Famer, and I've reached out to him.
In college or pro?
Pro.
Okay.
He's a Gold Jacket guy, and I sent him an email with all the descriptions and all the pictures of the Touchdown Club and Peyton Manning talking and our sizzle reel. He said, David, this is probably the most impressive email I've ever received. Laugh out loud.
Nice.
So that's what I want. He goes, give me the details. And I was like, that's the kind of response I want to get.
Awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
Yes.
Is this a new one? Just closed?
This is somebody. Yeah, this is somebody new. Yeah, this is somebody new. Yeah. So anyway, we'll.
He's just not going to tell us.
No. And have you had Gold Jacket wearers back multiple times?
No, I really haven't. Usually,
so this is not somebody that's been here before.
Usually, I go one time, and then just because there's so many out there you want to try to get.
Okay, so this is he's never been here.
I think everybody's going to be excited. You want to get a couple of those 2 or 3 whales on the front end that everybody goes, just like Peyton Manning or Brett Favre or Ray Lewis. I think I've got that lined up, and you just got to get some others beside that. So, this is the one that really makes me a lot of money. That I spent it's been joking. I know. Spent so much time on, but hey, hashtag we're blessed. Josh, it's really weird. This is the first weekend now where there's not. It doesn't seem to be. There's nothing. There's not a Game 7. Right. There's not a World Series deal. There's nothing. Yeah, there's nothing really big, right? Is there anything on this weekend?
Other than Heat Wave.
Well, you got that.
Well, you know what? So you go out and you make it a big weekend for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Come buy a car.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to call us Monday and let us know how you did on the weekend.
Absolutely.
Shapur, have a great weekend as well.
You too, my friend.
Always,
thank you.
Always,
see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, guys. Justin had to drop. He dropped off, so he's going to have the rest of the weekend. Congratulations on your award,
thank you, buddy. Yeah.
Enjoy it. Godspeed on your way to and from. See you Wednesday. Josh and I will be back with Pigskin maybe on Monday.
Yes. Do we have Justin?
No, he dropped off and just didn't connect back.
Acre.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's right. He's in Oregon. Is anybody representing the show after us?
No, but DJ Williams, Christian Weaver, and Pigskin Preacher will be on the zone.
So yeah, that's that.
There's your zone preview.
You know what? You did say that you were going to be on vacation and who's on vacation?
I know Justin was out of town today.
I think in one of their group texts he said. Okay. Somebody said have a great weekend.
Well, Josh, have a good time with your dad today and this weekend.
Be awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, get out there and enjoy the great outdoors of Arkansas. Even though it may be a little warm, that's okay.
We got AC here.
Absolutely. And I'm traveling up north to see the newest
your
grandkids.
grandbaby.
Absolutely.
I'll
Look
enjoy
forward to
that.
doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody for listening. We can't do this without you. You're the most important part of what we do, and we do it for you. And we thank you for your loyalty. We thank you for our relationship with you guys here at Fletcher.
Sure, absolutely. We love you.
Our great partners, and we love everybody out there. Have a great weekend. Count your blessings. We'll talk to you on Monday. Zone's up next.